That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Brian live on here after this. Most badass broadcast also got Verse and Genie here. How you doing?
Hello, hello.
Ladies and gents.
Doing good, doing good.
Put Verse in there.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Listen, before I start off the show, I know there's going to be a lot of stuff about lolcow. I have promised not to talk about it, or anything I haven't already talked about it, until it gets settled, if it gets settled. If it doesn't get settled, I'm sure you'll hear a lot, you know. So I really can't answer any questions like that if we end up taking calls. Sorry. I'll just tell you what I've been saying online. I didn't quit. If anybody says I quit, I didn't. I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. And I will not be signing an NDA. I just can't. It's just no NDA that I'm going to sign. I have put forward, I mean, it's ridiculous because it can't even, I found I can't even enforce here in Germany. I have put out forward something I would sign. But I don't think that's going to be a possibility. So no NDA, but I'm more than willing to work. And that's it. That's all I'm saying. I have not given up on the show, and I don't plan to. But this show, we're going to talk about a little about Critical, a little about the stuff I missed, wasn't here for. And yeah, that's about it. I'm looking forward to it. So what do you say we do it? How long before I quit? I'm not quitting. There's under no circumstances am I ever quitting. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. Worst case scenario, I'll come back here full time. That's it. It's the worst case scenario. Do I want that? No. Worst case scenario, I'm here full time. That's it. And that's it. So hopefully you can get worked out and all that other good stuff. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, they roasted you. Who Figaro? They roasted you. I could care less. And why don't I just save it for the show, right? First, wouldn't that be a lot funnier?
Listen, fuckhead.
Yeah. Like, who cares? I've been roasted before. I'll be roasted again. Thanks for becoming a member, Mr. MoistCr1TiKaL, becoming a remember, I suppose. And I look yellow. I'm a little yellow. I think what it is, I'm at that stage where the tan's fading. You know, I also use like 10 tons of, because of my Irish heritage, I use 10 tons of sunscreen every time I go out. So I use the highest grade, and it doesn't always work. I peeled less in this one than any other time. So yeah, I'm back. I'll probably do shows to Friday. Yeah, it could be liver disease. That could be it. And yeah, if that's the case, I really shouldn't sign the NDA. I think the best part of that is my name is not Tommy or Callan. You know, it's not my name.
I did see that. I was wondering if you were going to say
yeah, why not? It's not talent, and my address is never going on it. So all that stuff, but you know, hopefully it get worked out. I do enjoy doing lolcow. It's too bad I wasn't there during the stuff. Maybe it wasn't. Not a big fan of the tattoo. But then I'm not an idiot that lies about cancer either. So let's get into this Charlie stuff. Charlie had a debate with SNEAKO because SNEAKO's a moron and he thought he could have an easy victory. And I think he just kind of lost his way and moving in for the W. He probably just agreed to something he really didn't think about very much. But yeah, what was that? Did we ever get that tweet that I wanted from that guy that Turkey Tom had such a fit about? Did you ever find that, Jeannie?
No, I hadn't been able to. But I'll do a little bit of scrolling
there was
now.
This guy, he put out a tweet. And I honestly thought, like, let me get this straight out of the way. This is not going to be, because a lot of YouTubers do this. Charlie's in a bad spot, so let me jump in and all the hate and jealousy that I have. I have no hate, nor do I have jealousy. I actually have a lot of admiration for this guy. I think I've said this about Critical, I've said this about Mudahar. I think anybody can just flip on a camera and capture people's imagination like they do, and put out as much content as they do is impressive. It's the type of YouTuber I would love to be. But I don't have that. And I wish I did. I really wish I did. I wish you could just like flip on the camera and talk, and everybody's like, very wise. That guy it's not me. He's very wise. It's not me. And regardless of what I may, disagree with, I've become more of a Mudahar guy in recent years, maybe because, he's nice to me. I know Charlie's co-host said Clown was looking for CP a few years back, and it ultimately led to the end of Baited. So maybe I'm more of a, but I do respect Charlie.
It's a pretty good reason.
Yeah, it's funny. I wasn't pissed off about it in 2016. I only got pissed off about it when Turkey Tom did his Baited video, because I forgot about it completely.
I do remember that. Yeah.
No, I'd forgotten about it. You know what it is? I didn't know who Charlie was until 2017. Honestly, I didn't, and that's not me, because remember, I was pulled into Baited as a stone normie. And so I really didn't learn the internet until my learning year was 2017. And then I became a veteran, I think, after that. So I honestly didn't know who he was. And I remember they used to have this thing, if you didn't have any like channels that you recommended, it would list the channels that are most subscribed. Guess who was most subscribed? Charlie. To my channel, the guy who probably could do the most, which means that's the guy who can do the most damage. But somebody put a tweet out. Is this it? Yeah. I look. There's obviously a little hate in this tweet, but I don't know if I disagree with it. All right, let's try to be fair. MoistCr1TiKaL sits on Twitter, finds Twitter all day, finds a topic that 90% of the platform agrees with, and makes a YouTube video about it without doing research. He is cancel culture himself. This, I think, is bullshit. I don't think he's cancel culture. Just because his fans fucking go after people that he criticizes, that I'm sorry. You have a right to speak out. So, like, what do you have to do? You have to like curb your opinions,
hey, buddy.
Because your fans might like organize. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. Thanks so much. I'll read these out later because I'm trying to get back on course here. All right, I'm trying to get back on course. Maturing is realizing he's overrated. Okay, that's a subjective opinion. All right. I have gotten the feeling in recent years that Chuck is kind of doing just that. He's become a little more of a content machine, which a lot of my friends have that have gotten big, and I can't really dump on Charlie being anything different. It's when you reach a certain level that I've never reached, it becomes like, where Tom has reached, it becomes so demanding of your time to keep spitting out and being relevant. And a lot of you guys, I don't want to sit there, and you guys know I'm not one of these, oh, my job's so hard. It's not. It's an easy job, but there are still pressures, and that's a huge pressure. Like, this is the first vacation that I've gone on in 8 years that I didn't think about, oh my God, I'm not there. Oh, I'm losing relevancy. Oh, I'm going to have to rebuild. Oh, this was the first one. And as you can see, I only got 200 people in here now. But when I was leaving, I was pulling 5 every other time. So I got to rebuild it again.
More, yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff going on at the time, what have you. But I'm used to it now. I'm over that. I can actually kind of disconnect now. So I'm giving you, I know the pressures he faces tenfold. It's 5 times worse than what I do. So what I think happened is he took SNEAKO arrogantly and put him on because he is a legitimate, objectively a moron. So like I'll put this guy on, and this is a guy that threatened to shoot you, and I'll get an easy victory over this was it Chris Tyson thing, right? SNEAKO asked him a question if he thinks kids should be allowed to do that. He stupidly says kids should be allowed to, cut themselves up. And if the parents and, what do you say, if the parents and the child consent, I thought children can't consent to anything. last time I checked, right? He doesn't think about what he says. And then he's very lucky that SNEAKO's as stupid as he was. I saw that Harmful Opinion said, it's unfortunate that SNEAKO was in this debate because anybody else, Charlie would have actually got ruined a lot worse than he did. Anybody who was a little more sharp on this thing, anybody that wasn't an influencer like SNEAKO would have just pummeled Charlie because he's not a political guy. But he took SNEAKO because he thought it was an easy W. Lucky for him, SNEAKO has a take that's as bad or worse with the child marriage thing. So he lucked out. So here's what you do in a situation like that. You go on and you say, look, I was trying to win a debate against my arch enemy. I got tunnel vision and I said something stupid without thinking what exactly that meant. And what that means is something that I can never approve of. And you could probably find some transgender things. Like, I agree with this, I agree with that, but I don't agree with this, right? So let me make myself clear. Yes, it would be a backpedal, but you would show some sort of humility. I'm a human being. I want to win at this game. So I thought it was the right move. It clearly wasn't. What he did was make it worse, 10 times worse. And here's his I think this is fair to call it somewhat of a meltdown. I've never really seen him like this.
And now I give a perspective on something that immediately gets misconstrued. And I do
I've never seen him. He's always so cool, calm, and collected.
Recognize a lot of it's my fault. I assumed that SNEAKO was talking in hyperbole about a 9-year-old getting their dick cut off because I didn't have the assumption that anyone.
Why would you think that? It's this thing. Nobody fucking believes that. Nobody believes that this is lost in translation over hyperbole. Fucking SNEAKO doesn't even know what hyperbole is. All right. I mean, nobody believes this. Nobody believes this. And it's kind of taking the pressure off him. It's like, oh, well, SNEAKO's being dishonest. No, it's just a really bad take. That's all. We all have them. We're human. I mean, you either stand by it and say, look, you think my take, my take is hot? Deal with it. I've done that. I've done that in a lot of things. And it's actually paid off sometimes because some of the weirdo predictions I make that make me completely unhinged. Ask Augie. He's always saying I'm hinged. I don't know about that one, Tommy. I get them right. I get them right eventually.
One thought that is how transitioning works. There is, under no circumstances, any legality behind a kid saying, I want to change genders, and then immediately going in and getting their dick cut off. That doesn't happen. I thought he was just talking in hyperbole. Obviously, no one says that's good. That's not at all what I was fucking saying.
I wouldn't say obviously that's good at all with that transgender crowd. I don't know.
I was going to say, it sounds more like he saw some people talking about it online and thought that was the major consensus and then said it and then realized that this is actually what most people disagree with.
Yeah. This is well, I think at the end of the day, what people are so hot about with this stuff is the removal of genitals and breasts.
Well, and you have the hormone blockers too that make
the hormone blockers
right?
too.
You know?
Yeah, the hormone blockers and stuff and stuff like that. This is what's objective
permanent,
to.
irreversible
stuff. Now I'm not into the weeds about transgender crap. You go somewhere else for that crap.
Right.
That's not for me. But I don't detect Charlie being. I think he sounds defensive, and all I had to say is look, I was trying to win. I didn't think it through. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not the final boss of YouTube. Fucked it up. It's on me. It's my fault. But he only does half of that.
I thought he was talking about the overall point of a child transitioning, which is years long process.
Yeah, I'm sure SNEAKO knew the exact step by step when he said that. Nobody thinks of that. They think of the worst thing. You're this is why it's completely unbelievable, and it made it worse.
And you can't even get that fucking surgery legally until you are 18.
Is that true? Is that true?
It's been happening.
Is that true? Because what about who's that? Who's the transgender used to call it in? She had the whole work done, up and down. Rose.
Melodati?
No, Melodati I haven't seen from years. I think Melodati didn't go the whole way. I used to have transgenders on Howard Stern. They would be like, "Don't cut off your penis." I'm sorry. They would take down.
Dude, yeah, I've had friends that did the reverse and it ruined their fucking life because the procedure totally ruin their fucking health.
No, you're not supposed to cut off your dick. But again, I don't want to get in the weeds about that stuff. You know?
No.
You know?
It was more so just like the procedures are experimental and it can cause irreversible damage even when you're an adult.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, I don't go for any of this shit, but I that's not the debate I want to have. It's more about his honesty.
I didn't think that was a literal statement he was making.
Why wouldn't you? That's what makes it so unbelievable.
I did not, and I guess I should have assumed that he was being literal, and that's on me.
Yeah, fair enough. Like he could have done some kind of semblance of this, but once he called it like hyperbole, like that's it. Like he could have said something. Maybe I thought like he wasn't being literal, or he could have said I didn't know what the steps were. Right? I thought we were on the same page. I suppose, but that's a lie. Or he could just tell the truth. I was trying to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get a W. I believe in transgender rights.
Yeah, this feels like a lot of words for something he actually wants to say.
Yeah. He's making it more nuanced than it really needs to be. It was a spur of the moment statement, you know, from a spur of the moment question.
But I'm sure you can point to like fringe examples of like some evil doctors performing it on like kids or something. I'm sure that happens. There's corruption and everything. But I wasn't under the assumption that's what we were talking about.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
It sounded pretty clear when you said that, though.
Yeah, he was very... Yeah, he answered awful quick.
He sounded pretty sure when he said it.
I did. And look, I can't stress this enough. Like, and I'm not doing this because I'm afraid of Critical. Like, now is the time to fucking shit on Critical. I always said he was shit. You know, like now's the time to do that. You can get away with that now if you had some kind of thing. Like you're going to see all these YouTubers come out that would have never said a bad thing about Critical, and I've been critical of Critical, right? And that are just like pounding them and pounding them and pounding them, right? And they wouldn't have said boo otherwise. So I don't feel that way. I just feel that he fucked up trying to get a win. W. That's what YouTube's about at the end of the day anyway. We just pretend it isn't. And he's probably very protective of his old wise man reputation on the platform. It's one of the reasons that Alex kind of screwed himself up over Zaptai. I remember talking to The Right Opinion about this. It's like Alex, the most important thing to Alex is that he was seen as this like serious person that could weigh in things like child rape, you know, like he weigh on that and be taken seriously, you know, and that was very important to protect that. That's what this sounds like to me. He wants to protect that. But he probably could to some extent. He's like, yeah, that was a really stupid thing to say. And laugh at yourself. Point being, like, let me, like, oh, Tommy, you would never do that. I did with Amory. I did it. I totally took the L. You could take the L in a funny, creative way and save your reputation. And you know, after I did that, I had tons of, like, my women numbers have gone up like tenfold since. Now I got a female producer, for Christ's sakes. So it's just honest about it. There you go. You know, I fucked it. You know, I fucked it, and it was funny. You know, that you can do. I don't believe that. I can see why you feel that way. I don't believe that. It's wrong, but he's just so defensive here. Nobody's buying it.
But yeah, there's no winning on anything. SNEAKO gets away with saying 12 to 15-year-olds can marry.
Because he's shit and you're not. And I keep hearing this, that SNEAKO gets away with it. SNEAKO, you can't throw shit in a shit pile and it's only more shit. You're not shit. And listen to him whine and cry. Well, SNEAKO got away with it. He talks to, like his audience is okay with child marriage. That's like debating fucking like Jeffrey Dahmer. Is like, this guy gets away with eating people. You know, like, what are you, nuts? This guy gets away with eating people. Like, what do you, like, yeah. Yeah, I think child marriage is okay. You know, I'm Muslim. You know, of course. And he's looking at it as like a cancel thing. I'll cancel you because maybe I was wrong. Maybe this guy was right. I'm the man that cancels. You don't cancel me, I cancel you. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think Charlie's cancel culture. I think he criticizes and then his audience goes out and cancels them. If he's swinging his audience deliberately and like sort of covertly, yeah, then maybe that guy's right. But I don't think that. But he's not being honest here.
Adults, I don't think his chat looks anything like the YouTube chat here. He literally multiple times reaffirms that he believes.
This is a whataboutism. This is really what it is. This is literally like Destiny's movie.
He's mad he can't get away with the same thing.
Yeah, why would you want to be able to get it? Dude, you're like at a high level. People respect you. Don't you want to keep that respect? Because the only reason SNEAKO gets away with it because he has no mainstream respect outside of his own audience. What are your thoughts on some ordinary podcast split? Probably necessary. There you go.
12 to 15-year-olds can legally, morally, and should marry adults. And there is no problems for him. But
isn't there some states where you could still actually do that legally and never couldn't? Like down south? 16-year-olds can get married.
I think there's a couple where it's like a parents' consent.
Parents' consent, yeah. I mean, a lot of times what will happen is your girl will get knocked up and the parents, they're religious people. So they'd rather have the girl give birth in wedlock. I'm not saying I'm for any of that shit. I'm just saying that's probably why it exists.
But I said that I think it's okay for a child to transition, to learn about it. It's a process. You don't just go in.
You said transition, not just learn about.
And immediately get your dick cut off. That's not how it works. There's therapy.
Yeah, but that's the end goal in some cases.
There's other professionals that get involved.
And the thing is, he's talking about all this fucking nuance now. That the time to talk about the nuance was then and say, look, this is what I believe. Something tells me Charlie didn't know a lot about it. Why not just say, yeah, I said that, and I know what I was talking about. But that's the thing. Then you're giving up sort of the kayfabe that he's kind of relied on. And Charlie's put a lot of misinformation out there and corrected it like a man in the past. So's Mudar, and I always respect it. Like, everybody gets stuff wrong when you're speaking on the fly, when you're trying to push out videos quick because you're on a schedule. And I've always been very, I don't know, like generous. As long as I'm a big believer. Maybe this is what's left over my Catholic upbringing. Once you say you're wrong, that's it. I mean, if you see me with the like, if somebody comes in there, I'm done. Like, once you tap, you let go of the hold. I think anything else is every state except, let me see this. Let me see. Ooh, fucking genie's on it. Let me see this. Every state except New York, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Michigan, Washington, Virginia allows underage marriage in exceptional circumstances if one or more of the following circumstances imply. The consent of a court, a court clerk or judge, yeah. Sometimes consent of a superior court judge rather than a local judge is required. This is for girls who get pregnant at 16, if I had to guess. Consent to the parents, legal guardians of the minor, if one of the parties is pregnant, I guess I was right, or if the minor is given birth to a child, if the minor is emancipated. So it already exists. If that's the case, then Charlie's opinion, or his previous opinion that he didn't get to explain, is actually a little more extreme. Because I was aware. I remember this girl in high school I knew that got married, and this is what, 90s, and I don't think there was a birth, but I think they were Muslim.
So basically 13 states have the minimum age of 18 to get married, and then there's only 4 states that have minimum age, it seems. There's 2 states that have a minimum age of 15, 21 that have the minimum age of 16, and then 10 with 17. So
that's a lot. Look, I don't know if I go for that.
It was a lot more than I expected.
Yeah. Like, that's a lot. And look, if you don't like that, change the law. Whatever. I don't know if that just because something's legal doesn't make it right. But there was a time, like, my grandmother was dating my grandfather from the time she was 16, and they got married at 18 as soon as he came home from the war. I mean, this was not an uncommon practice. Nobody wanted to lock my grandfather up. So I imagine, I just assumed a lot of those laws were still in the books, and apparently they are. I don't think that changes. That's a red herring for me. It doesn't change what Charlie is. This is an analyzation of a YouTuber.
Way years before any kind of surgery can even be an option. Because again, you have to be 18.
All right. So to prove without a shadow of a fucking doubt, Charlie decided to kind of take indefinite leave from all 3 of his podcasts. Now, some people are kind of pushing it out there. I've been accused of this, even though I didn't say a thing of saying that Charlie quit. Charlie didn't quit. All right. I can't imagine. He's taking a hiatus. He's got every right to. But I got to be honest with you, it makes it 10 times worse. For a guy, like, I'm sorry, like, Vito kind of encapsulated this almost perfectly. Here's what he wrote. This guy spent years dogpiling other creators for bad takes. First of all, I've never seen him go out and say, pile on that guy. He has a big audience. And I don't think Vito would have a problem if people get dogpiled that he doesn't like. So I don't think that's fair. Other creators because of bad takes. But he does go after, that's what he does. He's a commentator. He goes after bad takes. So do all my friends. And the second he experiences for himself, he has a mental health crisis and flees the internet. Let's see. Effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go in indefinite hiatus to scale back time spent on the internet. We obviously wish him the best. For everybody to respect his decision, to know that the show will always be open for to drop by and talk shop if we wish to return. He's not giving. All right. It makes it seem weak. It makes it like he can't take criticism, and it also. This is the behavior of somebody who makes safe takes. And that's why I think that original criticism was somewhat based in reality. I thought part of being a commentator is that you make, I'm one of the only ones that does it, you make unsafe takes. On principle. You don't just fucking cross every T and dot every I. That's fucking boring to me and fake. It's like Elvis the Alien shit. You don't have any opinions of your own. It's all about the W. And I think Charlie has kind of morphed. I didn't say he was always like that. I think he's kind of morphed into that. I think it's a fair criticism. And the fact that, all right, like all you got to do is ride this out. Keep doing what you're doing. You can go on any one of those podcasts and laugh at yourself. Just like I did with Emery. Do you think I liked being put in military magazines and being portrayed as a right-wing wacko that hated women? It sucked. But I did it. Wasn't that bad? And it turned out $8,000 for people that were having, trouble getting out of Afghanistan when that whole mess happened. So I even turned it into something positive. The fact that Charlie can't take the heat that he dishes out, and that's what I think Vito's point is just really disconcerting. It's bordering on just another YouTuber or just a YouTuber. He is, and I think it's a pussy move. But look what I wrote. I try to be a little more generous. It's okay to be wrong. Say, hey, I got it wrong. I'm human, and that's truth. But these YouTubers are such egomaniacs, confused with their own intellectual superiority. No, you're just a YouTuber, man. You're not intellectual. He's Philip DeFranco's. His Philip DeFranco takes. Wise Tommy. What? His Philip DeFranco takes Wise Tommy? I'm sorry. Excuse me. I did go back on the cigarettes when I was on vacation. That's why I'm coughing. I haven't had one since I got back. So even after a 10-year run of great work and little controversy. Yeah. I don't know. I just got sick of smoking candy. So yeah, I think Charlie looks weak here, and I think it could all be kind of dealt with. And don't write me back. Charlie didn't quit. Yeah, I know, but he did walk away from 3 podcasts. Laugh at yourself. I mean, I think he's weakened his brand, weakened his reputation, and I think he's a really good YouTuber. I think there's probably a lot of pressure on him that I'm not even aware of. I think he's got himself into a little bit of a kind of a content machine. Maybe he needs the break, whatever. But don't walk away. Just laugh at yourself. Don't sit there and say, well, he gets away with worse takes. It just makes you sound like a bitch. You took one L in fucking 15 years. Big deal. Who cares? I've taken more than that. Probably taken more than that a year. So what? It's all, you're going to be wrong as a commentator. What, you think you can't be a commentator unless you have like this perfect, like 1,000-0 record? I used to like that when Takasaw had his like record, he'd put like 101, he'd add until he fucking had an L, and then he just fucking tapped out. What a hero. I've had plenty of L's. Whatever. It happens. I just can't imagine anybody would want to go into public life. Like part of the reasons that I don't make videos and I do the live thing is A, I always thought the radio thing was like 10 times cooler. And B, I like the pressure of getting it right on the spot. I like the pressure of being able to argue. I love it. I love it. It's not for everybody. I mean, look at Bungie. lolcow. Guy's a great video maker, but he's not used to doing the live thing yet. Remember Cabos used to dip out of bed. Yeah, on that one, but I'm sure he'll get it together. Remember Cabos used to never do anything live? Because he was like, I'm not comfortable with that. Maybe it's a smart move. Thought he was a pussy at the time, but I was trying to get him on so I could fucking get my W, you know? But it was, you know, like, it's different when you're live. It's a whole different environment when people are putting pressure on you, when people are trying to get their own Ws. And that's part of the game. And you lose sometimes. It's okay. You know, I don't expect to win every fucking round of Apex I jump in. You know, why should you think that you're entitled to win every round of commentary? You're not. Because you're human. And that's all you had to say. That's it. That's it. That's all I got to say about this. I think this whole thing was super duper dishonest. I think that there's some truth, although this is obvious comes from a place of hate. In the criticism that he's become a bit of a content machine. And I think this is a bitch move. There you go. That's it. We'll be getting into Elvis the Alien a little bit. But let's move on. Should we do it now? Should we do Elvis now or no? Let's talk about it.
I would do Doc, yeah.
What do you think of this first?
I haven't seen this yet.
You didn't see that?
He's
You gotta.
Oh my god, he's playing chess and you're playing checkers.
Yeah.
Show him the other one. Show him the other one.
Pip and Pete made this for me. Here you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the checkers must be the children he's outsmarting.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. That's what everybody said. You played a minor. I mean, like everything. Oh my god.
How could you not?
It's been destroyed in the community notes.
How could you not expect that to happen?
Yeah, I don't think Dr. Disrespect is like he's another guy that's gotten like too many W's in a row. Forgot he wasn't human. Yeah.
Like the same thing with editing minor out. Like, dude, people are immediately gonna see that.
Let's watch Connor's video. I don't even know what to say about this. I guess my commentary take, what happens, I think he'll be able to put a career back together, but you could forget the 10,000 after, like the first couple days, it's going to be like 40, 50,000. It's going to right back to 9,000 and down. He'll pull something, but nowhere near what he was. You know, his reputation is ruined. But yeah, I think this is super duper funny. It's ridiculously funny. But yeah, I think I'll be able to come back. I mean, I was fucking good to Vito before. You know, when the whole Chris Tyson thing happened, like, you know, I think the whole thing that's interesting about the Chris Tyson thing, the only interesting thing about the Chris Tyson, because I'm not getting the weeds on that either, is that all the people, except for the guy that debated me on Chud's show, just about everybody that was demanding condemnation of Dr. Disrespect before anybody knew anything. Because, by the way, nobody should be able to trust Slasher or the guy that sells fucking the Dr. Disrespect secrets as his fucking stupid-ass punk rock shows. Yeah, they don't have a lot of credibility. And you had guys like Vito running around demanding you condemn him or you're a pedo, or his legitimate pedo buddy, Mr. Girl. And in a lot of cases, they're still defending Chris Dyson. That's the most amazing part to me. The people that were demanding condemnation prior, and that's it's all team sports, and there is a culture war. Sorry, Koo Man. They're still defending Chris Tyson in some cases.
Well, not after those Discord server DMs go.
Yeah, well, yeah, that put a fucking kibosh on a lot of it. But up until, I guess was he putting naked pictures of himself in those Discord leaks?
That was one of the things they were saying. His nudes
yeah.
were in but the attachments aren't in there. I mean, the one that already was enough was him talking about
because I got news for you.
For minors, so
I'm not the Mr. B stuff. Like he said a bunch of inappropriate stuff, saying a bunch of inappropriate stuff around kids, and putting naked pictures are two different fucking stratospheres. I think Mr. Beast will be just fine unless he has fraudulent giveaways, which I don't think he does. But if he does, he does, and fuck him.
They're really trying to take him down.
Yeah, they're trying to do it through Chris.
Interacting too.
Yeah, the left's in a tough position because the left side of the culture war, it wants Mr. Beast taken out, but they don't want to do it through fucking Chris Tyson because in their world, he's a hero. It's such a weird thing. I think he'll be all right. He'll just have to ride it out. I think. I could be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure. But the stuff that I saw in Hot Wet Soup and the stuff that was written looked like a bunch of fucking edgy bullshit. But I think the game changes when somebody tells you, is like, you're posting a lot of crazy stuff in here and there's a lot of kids in here. You maybe ought to knock it off. No! And allegedly nudes. If that's true, fuck Chris Tyson. But the stuff I saw Dr. Disrespect say was no different than the stuff I used to laugh at with Howard Stern. Howard Stern had a countdown clock for the who was the girls in
Olsen Twins.
And I thought it was fucking funny, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. But look at fucking Vito. Like it's apparent. Throw Dr. Disrespect under the bus, and he's got all these inappropriate conversations with kids. Chris Tyson's like, they're jokes. They're jokes. And then Vito went on to say, this is too funny, that the difference is that Dr. Disrespect was accused of trying to get that young person back at his hotel. We've never seen any evidence of that. None. Zero. Zip. Nothing. The only thing that was confirmed 100%, right, was the fact that he had an inappropriate conversation. And, get this, Mr. Third Hand Saw Slasher, and I sell the fucking secrets if you go to my stupid punk rock shows, they're not that credible. So I have no fucking reason to believe that Dr. Disrespect invited those kids back to this place. I know he was accused of it by two people that have Mr. Slasher third-hand information. Good job, Willie Mack show, figuring that one out. He didn't know either. Wasn't that funny that Slasher was running around accusing Mr. Punk Rock, Sell the Secrets guy, of being a third-hand source, and he was a third-hand source? Isn't that funny?
After all that.
That was after all that. Isn't that funny? And maybe he did. Maybe Dr. Disrespect did. Fucking, I don't know. And fuck him. Because he's fucked anyway. But I watched my whole week on vacation. Everybody was just sticking up for Chris Tyson no matter what. With that lava person, I guess they eventually tapped out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they said, you know what? I was groomed since I didn't feel like he did anything wrong to me. Maybe that's how it works, because when you get groomed, you normally don't know you're being groomed.
Oh, yeah, that was nice. Slick. Slick.
I guess I misremembered stuff.
Oh, yeah. He also was like, yeah, I didn't remember any of this because it's been so long since I've actually seen the logs. I was wrong.
It's too funny. I love this demanding of condemnation when the evidence isn't out there, and the guy you're defending, the evidence is out there. The only thing that we confirmed 100% is he was talking inappropriate to. We don't even know how old the girl was. She could have been 17 and fucking dated 18. She could have been 12. It just shows you that there is a culture war.
Well, that's the thing that's so crazy, and that's what I said when I was talking with Chris, because I was helping him read the DMs. We were acting it out with voices. If you want to watch that,
that's funny. I might want to watch that.
I paid him $200 to make him do voices for minors and for Chris, and then I helped him.
Please send that to me. I want to hear that.
I will try to find the timestamp. But what I said on there too is I feel it's so funny because it wasn't even a month ago when this with Dr. Disrespect when this happened.
I know it's so,
and yet it's already cemented that we just know somehow, don't know how, we just know that he was going there to fuck her.
Yeah,
and then fuck Dr. Disrespect.
And maybe he was
this is like, guys, it was jokes. Like we don't really know. Like let's wait for the DMs, and then it's like.
Yeah, I know. We don't know yet.
Jumped on one, but not the other.
Yeah, not the other, because there is a culture war, and they're trying to get W's,
it's the
and
same
they don't
thing,
give a shit.
It's the same thing on the other side of the spectrum too, though, where people are like, "Well, she was 17, guys. Like, come on." It's like, well, we don't know that either. Like, you guys are just saying a bunch of things, and so, if you keep saying it, it gets cemented as real for some reason.
It is amazing to me. I mean, like a lot of the right wing guys were kind of throwing Chris under the bus before it was cemented too. He's a pedo. They were doing it too. There's no doubt. Like in both these situations.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of that shit. Oh, it's part of the disease. See, I told you guys, part of the disease.
Yeah. Like anything, Dr. Douchebag. Get out of here. It is amazing.
Whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, whenever it's convenient for your little culture war that you signed up for that nobody fucking, you're not enlisted, you're not an officer, you're but you just decided you're a warrior. It's reverse SJWism. It's ridiculous. And boy, is Vito a sergeant major. He has appointed himself sergeant major. Sorry, Vito, I love you, but you looked ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Unbelievable. And that's another thing too. Like it's a really bad look because they all wanted a piece of fucking Tim the Tap Man. And thanks so much, Teddy. I'll read these later, I promise. Tim the Tap Man and Nick Merckx, and they threw him on the bus immediately. Not the lefty side. Nope. They were like, when I see it, I'll do it. They saw it, they did it. When they saw it, they found excuses. Now the stuff with I thought Leon Lush put out a really good video. I actually retweeted it during the week, and he put the Kentucky's Drama Alert, put a little like clip that left out the part that they were clearly joking about the Margolis chick, the Catch Me Outside girl. It was tasteless. Bad baby, disgusting humor. I mean, yeah, but I'm not throwing people on the bus for discussing, like making jokes like that. I mean, seriously, if I play a character on here, like in a radio way, of a pedophile, does that make me a pedophile? If I say a bunch of gross shit because I'm doing that? I remember and what's his face? Remember, Comrade used to play that "I'm coming for you, Jew" clip of me. I was playing an anti-Semite. Yeah. Am I an anti-Semite now because I was pretending to be an anti-Semite? And I'm like, what the fuck? Coming for you, Jew. I hated that. It's gone now, but back then I really hated that clip. Something terrible. I hated the way Comrade played that shit. Now I'm gonna hear it again.
I was gonna say you just did.
Because I could hear because everybody uses one, but I mean they were making gross pedo jokes.
Yeah.
You know what surprised me? I didn't know Hot Wet Soup interviewed. Like that's the first time I heard about it.
Mr. Beast.
I had no idea. I didn't know about Mr. Beast till he started giving money away. Amazing. Spectacular. All right, let's get to the part of the show that I've been wanting to get to. A lot of people saying I'm right again. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm a prophet on this particular occasion. I called Chud, but here it is. Broadcasting live. Fuck
and
you,
now I give
Elvis
a
the
perspective
alien.
on something that immediately gets misconstrued. And I do recognize a lot of it's my fault. I assumed that SNEAKO was talking about.
Shut up. All right, let's try it again.
Dude, fuck your mother, fuck your father, fuck any kid you happen to produce, which probably should take it away from you. Fuck you in the face. Fuck you. Unfucking believable. Can you take a guy seriously that would fucking put his whole career on the line to defend a guy on free speech, no less, that draws underage fucking kids getting fucked?
I completely forgot about this too. This guy Nebula posted it. I had completely forgotten about. I knew I was mad at Elvis the Alien, but I'm getting old. I get like that Irish old timers. I forget who pissed me off, but I know I'm pissed off at you.
Did you grow it up?
Yeah,
See, Elliot should go bowling.
Yeah, I get the same thing. Forget what you did, but I
heard you did, but I know I hate your guts. Yeah.
I'm
let's be serious. Unbelievable. But God forbid somebody makes a joke. Then a black person falls out of heaven and they lose their wings.
See, if I remember correctly, like he was shaming everybody that made like an edgy joke about blacks or something like that. And then defending, at the same time, he's defending fucking Shadman. I don't even know when he was doing that. I don't know if that was years ago. I don't know if it's like, and I said it. It wasn't a profit. It happened. Nobody cared when I said anything because I don't have that big a show. If you wanted first, come here and then, you know, watch Carlos get 1 million views on it. I don't know. It's just the way it goes. You know, I'm not even terribly sure what Elvis the Alien did recently that got it brought up. Do you know what happened prior to the video he put out? What happened to Elvis? He took a lot of shit because the whole Shadman thing that came in with Chris Tyson, right?
Then a list was published on YouTube Drama, of course. That gave a list of YouTubers who had been associated with
You know, I didn't like that thing,
which I think that list is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, though. I thought so too.
And I told him that.
Yeah, I thought that list is bullshit.
The varying level, the varying degrees of involvement in that, and his whole thing was like, well, I'm not saying like, you know, to go after this, but I'm like, but dude, you made this list after the Chris shit. And people are going to do that. It's like, well, I can't control what people do. It's like, but you can't use foresight for like 24 hours even and not think that people are going to get.
Like, I don't know. Like,
dude, fuck off.
What if some guy was like following him to make a video on him? You know, and just like watching his tweets and shit. You know, I mean, like following is just not enough. You know, working with him is a little different. Working with him is a little different. You know, if you're working with him, you're making money with him.
That defeats the whole purpose of the list, though. It's not doing it. Like, I was like, what's the objective of it? He's like, well, just anybody with any sort of interaction or like in the past. I was like, dude, this is fucking pointless. This is.
Well, somebody called me. I'm not going to say
bad
who it was. That was really pissed off because they followed him and they told me that apparently Shadman's from the Newgrounds age, and that's before both you Youngin's time.
Yeah,
and he was not that type. He progressively got worse, and he followed them on that. And I believe this person when they told me that they weren't aware of the stuff that Shadman grew about Keem. Now, here's what I remember, okay, about the Shadman drawing Keem's daughter, okay? There was a few drawings that I was seeing, none of them which were obscene, but it was really clear that Shadman was threatening Keem with these pictures. That's all I saw. Now, I heard this person say, he didn't even draw that girl in a sexual manner. And I was like, yeah. Apparently, he did. He came through with the threat. I've never seen that picture. I'm glad I've never seen that picture. But I think the threat alone and the fact that I did see stuff of Lieutenant Corbus, who was, 13 at the time?
I want to say like 11. I wouldn't even go that high.
Right, yeah.
She was very young.
It was younger than 13, 14.
Oh, my God.
It was like 11, 12.
Ugh. So yeah, if you work with
and
this
also,
guy, if you paid for this guy's art, fuck you in the face. I don't care if you get canceled. You know, go ahead. Gene.
Yeah, and also it looked like and also it looks like at least from looking from chat, I think it was also this meme of like looked like created been canceled and Elvis the Alien was put in one of those and that's what caused it. On Twitter,
and he used them. I guess he used stuff in his thumbnails or something like that. Like, why would you like? And he did. I remember he defended them, and tried to make it a free speech thing. You know, which I gotta be honest with you. Like, I don't know the laws and this stuff, so I'm not gonna get. I'm not getting the weeds in that because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean. There's a difference between legal and moral, and just because something's legal, I don't know that it's not illegal. What he's doing, he's never been arrested for, as far as I know. Correct? He's only been arrested for doing heroin or something like that. Shadman.
He assaulted somebody,
so he's never been arrested for the art. So maybe old Elvis is right on stuff like that, as far as the legalities are concerned. But that does not protect you from people wanting to fucking, expose you for the type of art you're making. And the fact that, he's used Keem's girlfriend, Lieutenant Corbus, people getting canceled over that. If you follow that guy and somebody's demanding that you apologize for it because you were on that lit, fuck off. There's no reason to. But if you work with that guy, yeah, you might owe Keem an apology. At very least. I guess Nux Taku was involved somehow, right? Shocking. That was the last guy I would have thought had done it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody was calling me like a prophet or something here. I was like, prophet? It happened. I said something about it and nobody cared. That's what happened. In fact, I remember taking a certain amount of shit for going after Elvis and pointing out that back then that he'll take any side. Like he's edgy in 2016. He's not in 2018. He's just a phony, a fraud. He fucking panicked when H-Bomber guy made a plagiarism video on the commentary community, and lo and behold, he tried to get out in front of it. It's like, he's a fraud. He's a phony. He's a dipshit. And he's always has been. He only followed me so I wouldn't say mean things about him unbaited. You know, and he's unapologetically a soy boy. And I really want to go over this. This is truly unbelievable. And I've only watched half of it because the half that I watched was unbelievable. I can't wait to get to the end.
Why am I still getting hate?
I worked with the pedo guy. It's just a joke. Nobody cares.
Okay, so this video is for the people from Twitter. If you aren't from Twitter, then
there's another guy who bitched out.
This video might confuse you. I wrote some things down in a document, so if I'm reading, that's why. I just did that to make the video more concise.
This guy's like 33, 34 years old. It's too funny.
I tend to pause a lot when I'm just talking off the cuff, so yeah.
No, because you have no thoughts of your own. That's why you're a video maker.
So, yes.
What's the trend? What's the trend? What trend? What do I say that everybody kind of nod their head and fucking orf like seals? That's what I've become.
I deleted Twitter. I did it because, frankly, I hate it.
No, you love it. You love virtue signaling. You just don't like being called out for the ridiculous takes that you don't really have.
Yeah, you love it, but you hate to lose.
Love it. Absolutely love it. From the top down. But it's only working when people are going, orf, 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 orf.
The dog piling was just a good reason for me to finally get rid of it.
Why did you get dog piled? People who hated me for a long time have never have shared this with rabid fan bases.
Listen, fuckhead.
This is a guy with over 1 million subs. What about the people you criticize? An attempt to make the comment section worse. Well, you know, I gotta be honest with you. I don't give a shit what my comment section is because I know I'm gonna have a controversial take once in a while. I know people like you that cross the T's and dot the I's, like judge your content by your comment section and your likes and your dislikes ratios and stuff like that. But that means you have no opinions of your own because there's no way to go through this life without having a controversial opinion. I'm not going to go ahead and remove the comments. Just keep in mind when you're reading through them. There is one thing I didn't address, though. It's the comment I made about a bad Barbie having an STD. I said this in a podcast in 2017 after Mr. B said, let's say something offensive and take it out of context. I still regret saying it. Then you're a fraud. Why regret saying it? If it was a part of the joke. It's a joke. Yeah, exactly. He'll say anything. But I still regret saying it. No, you don't. You don't regret. You like Twitter. Like everything about you is a lie.
If there was no ill intent and it was a joke, then why do you feel? Why there's no need to feel bad? You should say
no. It was no ill intent. We're joking around. We were saying the worst thing possible to get laughs. Probably wasn't funny. But guess what? I'm not taking it back. That's what somebody with principle sounds like. I was an edgy idiot back then. Wait a minute. 2016, 17? I think that was 2017, 2018. Because Leon was on the podcast right there that replaced Zaptai, you know. The guy that you didn't want to leave, but when he did leave, fucking 5 years later, you went on and said what a bad, horrible person he was.
They were just business partners, Tommy.
Just business partners. But I still want to be his friend. 5 years later, we were just business partners. I never liked him anyway. Yeah, I did streams on that too. Nobody caught that either. I was an edgy idiot back then. You were 28.
We were just kids, Tommy.
We were just kids. Yeah, I love that because like Bionic Pig is a lot younger than him.
28.
Yeah, like freshly 20. Did he say that? Freshly 28?
No. I was just pulling out the things from the old stuff.
If you could.
He would have been kind of.
Not only was it a tool of procrastination for me, but it was also a
That's true.
mild addiction. So
Addiction. Oh, he's a victim of addiction. God damn you, Elon.
happy to be rid of it. Twitter is a place where you will get dogpiled on by hundreds of people for a shitty tweet you made 7 years ago. It's happened to me. It's happened to...
No, this is the thing. You're on both sides of every fucking issue, and you love shaming people, and if it's goddamn mental health month, you like getting in front of that so you get your fucking attaboys. And people are starting to realize that, and you couldn't take the heat. That's what happened. As long as it's attaboys, it's good. If it's no attaboys and you actually get challenged, it's bad for my mental health.
To many other people. So I've just had enough of it. To give you an example of how insane people are over there,
it's not me. It's not me, the guy that was like, Shadman's okay. The guy, no, it's the crazy people out there.
Or Charlie.
Yeah, that is the best part. He keeps talking about how crazy people are going, but won't say why they're going.
Yeah, why they're going crazy. What a fraud.
Because Twitter users weren't pleased with how long he took.
He's reading something.
To respond to the Ava Chris Tyson situation. It didn't even involve him.
We're talking about shifting.
They were just mad because he didn't respond. He didn't make a video.
And in typical fucking bad timing history for Elvis the Alien, this happened before the SNEAKO thing. I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah, it happened right before.
Yeah, right before the SNEAKO thing. He's one of these guys. Remember when he said to Ackman, don't listen to Tommy C. He's always wrong about everything. Oh, had to delete that one. He was like, Nick has a bunch of tweets to him, like proudly saying something and being real strong and having to delete it when like within hours it was proved otherwise. He's the master of that. So you're bad at Twitter. It's Twitter's fault. It's the crazy people's fault. Yeah, sure.
Video immediately about it when he spoke about the situation on a different channel. It's just insane. People
Why are we here?
Crazy.
Why are we
so
here?
I'm
Why
done
are
giving
we
them
here?
my energy past this video. It feels like someone is canceled every day on there.
Oh.
Whether it's justified or not. There's a document...
It's only justified when the people I think should be canceled are canceled.
Listing every creator that has ever interacted with Shadman on Twitter. Okay, and it's seen as this huge sin now, like the Epstein tapes or something. When
I just said before, like, if you just followed him, I think that's horse shit. So there's some truth to what he's saying. But that's not what you did.
That wasn't you.
That wasn't you.
It's not comparable at all. You don't even have to be friends with the guy.
Not talking about
Simply replying to his tweets at one point in a friendly way.
I like how he's pretending that people, like, his whole thing is the reason people are mad at me is completely ridiculous. And he won't state the reason people are mad at him because it might make everything he said up until this point look really dumb.
It's enough for these people to bring out the guillotine.
Oh,
let me be clear. I was impulsive with my initial tweet when I defended myself. And in that tweet, I said that back then I wasn't aware of the full extent of Shadman's degeneracy. When the truth is, I knew enough.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Now, I can't prove this. I'm going to take a dangerous take here. That he liked Shadman. And remember, Dave interviewed him and Bionic Pig. Both of them. Both of them had this like massive hate boner for Keem. I've always thought that the reason he didn't like Shadman or thought Shadman was okay is because he was going after Keem.
Well, that's what I was saying too. Like, did people not forget how much people hated Keem at this point?
Yeah,
you know, a lot of people didn't give a shit about Shad doing that. And like you said, the drawings were mainly a threat. They didn't like go into a.
Apparently, really there's one I haven't seen. No, apparently there was.
I've never heard. I've never heard that.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Nick told me it exists. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, fair enough. If it exists, then
it exists.
But even then, people didn't care because that's how much they hated him. They literally
they hated him so much they didn't care about his daughter being dragged into in a sexual manner. Or a threat. See, to me, the fact that if there is the picture, whether that exists or not, and I do think it does, right? It doesn't matter because he threatened him with those pictures to begin with. And that's enough. And if I remember, they came on right on the heels of the Corbis stuff.
I really didn't need confirmation back then, or hard proof that he was a pedo, or proof that he drew art for many other pedos.
I just hated Keem so much.
To find him worthy of serious scrutiny.
Yeah,
I probably could have just
blinded by hatred. And let me tell you something. Like it's too bad those interviews are gone. But Nick or Dave did like amazing interviews of both of them, and that was the one constant theme. And what does Keem do? He criticizes, and he gets into it, not always fairly. I've got my issues. You might know about them.
Yeah, and as far as that goes, he was in great company with that. Everybody was doing that.
Yeah, but you know what? That's a part of the game. That's a part of being a commentator. You're supposed to be fair, no matter what. It's either wrong to fucking draw kids like that, or it's okay. It's okay when it's a guy I hate.
A lot of people look past it.
Yep, a lot of people did look past it. It was okay because it was Keem.
And while a lot of his art was perfectly fine, some of his public art was definitely bad enough. Granted, mostly everyone liked...
Such a phony having to read this.
...him back then. It was an edgy time, and I fell victim to groupthink. I don't think that's a valid excuse, though. I felt like I had to act fast on Twitter the other day.
Why'd you say it? It's the same thing down here. You let the context out of
this might work. I'm going to throw this in there.
He just throws it in there.
Just in case this might work.
Unbelievable. What a fraud.
Because this idiot put my logo directly next to Ava's on this image that showed creators affiliated with Shadman, as if my actions were anywhere near remotely comparable to hers. Context does not matter on Twitter.
Are you kidding me? He defended this guy. And he's just leaving that out? That's what I was screaming about here.
He's using a false equivalence. Like, yes, that tweet is bullshit, whatever. The affiliation is varying levels.
Yeah.
But you're also not saying what you did. You didn't just follow him on Twitter. You did more than that.
Unbelievable.
But you keep saying that because you're really trying to rope yourself.
Yeah, and you also try to gaslight everybody into it's just a bunch of crazy people on Twitter. There's no legitimacy to the criticism of me, and that's why I deleted Twitter, because these people are just too crazy. I'm just so above it.
And it's scary. It's easy to feel like the world is ending when this sort of thing happens to you, because you feel like you have so little control.
The moment people stop talking about this, we'll be back on it tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
it's Keemstar who made this so much worse. Really, Keemstar?
Right. Not a consequence of your actions or anything. It was Keem's fault.
You know, here's the thing. I don't agree with the list either, but I do agree with Keem being pissed off about his daughter being drawn like that.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable, right? Like,
no, it's not. Now, Keem may have overdone it with the list, but I
didn't make the list.
Keem didn't even make the list.
Keem did not make the list.
Keem didn't make the list?
Yeah.
No, unbelievable. What a fraud.
Dude has more skeletons in his closet than mostly everyone on that Shadman list.
See, there it is.
Keem never did anything close to what fucking Shadman did or anybody else. What? That's a whataboutism too.
The man is 42 years old and he's dating a 23-year-old. While I've been happily married for 10 years to someone.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Dog shit.
So he's basically saying, like, all right, he's half a pedo. I've been married for 10 years. So what? So have I. Big fucking deal. Oh,
you know, it's a shame you didn't say it with your whole chest and put it on your main channel.
Hey, you want to see
something?
Put
it on a channel with 3K subs? That's interesting.
Hey, you want to see something really funny? You want to see something funny? I'll show you something really funny. Oh, boy. This is good. It's only from a couple days ago, too. Actually, do you see this meme out there? I didn't make this meme. Best day ever. I didn't make it, but I just
Jesus.
Look at that. Look at the picture of his face. It's so funny. But, yeah, okay. So I put outside, wow, this video is bad. Mask comes right off. And it really does. Really comes up.
Yeah.
Guess who responded to me out of all the fucking people? You want to be more specific with what's wrong with it? Yes, right now, prick. I couldn't wait to respond to that. And then some other guy said well, he won't. Well, yeah, why would I do it on Twitter when I can make money on it here?
1 year younger than me. Oh my god. When Keemstar was 19, his girlfriend was just being born.
Oh, fuck off.
He dated her when she was adult, and he's never drawn.
So
Keemstar has never drawn an underage sex act. Are you kidding me? That gets you, like, because he was 19. He's 19 years older than his wife. That gets you off the hook? Are you kidding me? Not that I'm really in the mood to defend Keemstar in this one, but Jesus Christ.
Making me do it.
Why? Anyway, it's just madness.
I'll say.
What you're saying is fucking madness. That's insane.
Basically, I panicked when I saw my brand getting so brazenly and carelessly.
You deserve it. You deserve it because you're a commentator that's supposed to be something neutral and thoughtful and have your own thoughts. You plagiarize stuff. You're on both sides of fucking every issue. You always take it easy. You deserve a tinted brand. You're not who you say you are. And this is the best Elvis video ever because we actually get to see who he is. And by the way, this is the guy. If you want to think, like if you say that this video right here is some kind of fucking prediction or something, no, it's not. He's been like this 4 years, as long as I've known him. As long as I've known him. You know, and again, I'll give him the same generosity that I gave Critical. It's tough on this, but you know, when you get nailed, it's not Keemstar's fault.
Shit on over on Twitter. And the tweet that I saw was blowing up, so I felt like I had to respond immediately. So I made a fatal error and typed out the first response that came to mind without thinking it through.
He's talking optics.
Remember this, people. If you're defending yourself from something on Twitter...
Delete your Twitter and act like a pussy on YouTube with a chat with the subs of 2,000.
You better be damn sure that you thought long and hard about what you wrote. No matter how many people...
And is it like the Zaptai thing? He didn't give a shit as long as he wasn't getting shit for it. He only gives a shit when he gets shit.
Get the wrong idea about you in the meantime.
I got the right idea from you from this video.
This is an error I've made several times throughout my time on Twitter. So...
Talking optics.
I don't know. I just don't think Twitter is for me.
Thanks to the optics.
Yeah, I
don't think social media is for you because you can't take criticism.
Happy
you can only dish it out. You can't take it.
To be off of there. That said, I have never commissioned anything from Shadman. All of my what he drew and everything thumbnails that he drew were pre-existing.
Oh. So he stole it.
Yeah.
I didn't commission anything. I just stole it. He stole it.
They were art that were all of that stuff was art that was submitted to me, mostly by other people. Because I think he would every once in a while reply to my People Who Run Everything tweets, but I don't remember exactly. I don't know his real name, if it's Shadman or what. I don't know what he looks like.
That's what his name is. Shad Man.
I know nothing about him.
I don't even know his name.
I made a shitty tweet 7 years ago, basically defending his website being taken down. Like, I defended his right to draw gross shit despite my personal feelings about it. I obviously don't feel the same way today. I haven't felt that way in many years.
Oh, God.
I think if you draw stuff like that, you should be locked up. Back then, I was a dumbass who thought freedom
nothing's changed.
of speech and expression was precious and should be upheld despite mine or anyone else's feelings about someone's artwork. I don't believe that today.
I'll even go this far. I don't know if what he did was illegal. He's never been arrested for it. But something tells me whoever was hosting his website has every right not to host it. He doesn't even know anything. Fucking 30 years old and he's fucking emotionally 15 still. Unbelievable. Married 10 years. Poor woman.
Especially
she married a permanent teenager.
In regards to Lolly. I think drawing any sort of minor in a sexual way is abhorrent. I thought the same way back then, but my principles were fucked.
Listen, fuckhead.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Can you just say what you did?
No, he can't say what he did.
Keep apologizing for what you may... It just doesn't make any sense.
I thought that since I was openly...
I think if I just stay on the fence here, it'll all work out.
mocking his weird shit.
The only thing I'm shocked about is he left this up.
People ruin everything videos.
Well, like I said, it's on the 3K channel, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Proof enough that I didn't.
That's an Alex. Remember, this is a guy that was fooled by a 17 or 18-year-old I am Alex when he was almost 30.
Approve of his stuff, but I guess it wasn't. I obviously regret ever defending the takedown of his website. I've regretted it for years. I have changed.
I would actually have a lot more respect for him and saying, if he said, this guy's never been arrested and I defended him on free speech grounds, and why I find this stuff abhorrent, right? I do think it falls under, and time has proven me right because he's never been arrested for this kind of content. I would have a lot more respect for that, but he's trying to do both ends. I don't get, and you can say that and say, and I think that they have the right. I was wrong back then. That company has every right to take it down. Every right to take it down.
Well, he's got to be careful. If he says that, he might have to defend his position later on.
Exactly. Because he's gutless, a gutless little sniveling worm. And I would totally respect if he said, I think that's fucking should be illegal. By the way, I don't know if that shouldn't be illegal. I don't know if that's protected speech. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that's protected expression. If you're drawing Keemstar's fucking little girl.
I've changed dramatically as a person since then. No, and I just don't have it in me to defend myself against hundreds of insane Twitter users anymore, which is why I left.
Well, don't.
Like you said, he's mid-30s, and he was early, if not 30 then.
Late 20s.
Not much has changed.
Not much has changed.
Okay, great.
Permanent adolescent. What a hero.
You've changed overnight.
Permanent adolescence.
As an adult.
Then. Yeah.
Life is too short, and I'm too old at this point. I just can't give any more of my energy to this stuff. I have to accept that there are some idiots out there.
It's never me. It's never me.
I'm all out of it is what it is. I'm just done. Twitter is a breeding ground for hate, and I no longer wish to exist there. Much like Nafuckers, PewDiePie, and Lindsay Ellis, and many others, I won't be returning. Those are my final words.
What did he say? I might not be returning? What?
And I no longer wish to exist there. Much like Nafuckers, PewDiePie, and Lindsay...
fucking
on Twitter, I believe.
No Fuckers is an absolute fucking bitch, just like you. That he loves the attaboys but can't take criticism.
Ellis and...
Lindsay Ellis was canceled by the fucking left-wing guys you pander to.
Many others, I won't be returning. Those are my...
Unless you think there's money in it.
Final words.
Oh, fraud. Absolute fraud. Amazing.
You want to take a bet? $10, 30 days over under? We'll be back on Twitter.
No, I think no, because of the seriousness of defending that guy. He defended that guy. That's a fact. Whether you think he was right or wrong to defend him, I think he's wrong to defend him because he doesn't have any principles. If he, like I said, if he said something like, "Look, the guy hasn't been arrested for it yet. That's why I defended him on free speech ground," I'd be like, "Ew, not a good optical move."
At least he'd be consistent.
Yeah, he'd be consistent, but there's nothing consistent. That's what really disgusts me more than anything is just the lack of this consistency. And he's going to go right on fucking criticizing people for being inconsistent or contradicting themselves or criticizing somebody's art.
My radar's telling me to turn in this direction. My radar.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's the most disgusting thing about it. There's just no principles whatsoever. Because you know why? When you have principles, you're going to have a position that's cancelable. And I wouldn't blame him if he didn't take a position on it. Here's my position on it. I think it probably should be illegal. Especially if it's a real live person. I don't know if that's going to pass First Amendment muster in the Supreme Court.
Well,
I'm not a fucking lawyer.
The last time he used a real child to draw, they gave him a cease and desist.
I would be okay. So I would be okay with it being illegal. I would have no problem with it being illegal. I don't.
The legal action came pretty soon, so it's pretty damn close already.
If you can go to jail for revenge porn, why can't you go to jail for that? You know. All right, craziest DM leaks. I heard fucking. Let's watch a Connor video.
Xander Hall Bros stuff has hit
Connor, my man.
The fan. These DMs got leaked against him that just look absolutely insane. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really.
I don't know why I feel this way, but suddenly I feel this weird kinship with Connor. Why do I feel that way? Do you have any idea?
I wonder.
A huge part of the whole internet's political sphere. I know little to nothing about Xander Hall's content itself, but I do know of him, and I know a lot of drama that he's gotten into specifically regarding the commentary community in the past. But this takes the cake. I mean, this is just the best DM leaks I think I've ever seen in my entire life. He has a complete and total meltdown at one of his editors. He starts screaming at the editor that he's going to end Keffel's, asking for Keffel's address. Like, it's actually insane. There's just no way I can introduce this. So let's just jump right into it. So Demon Mama tweeted out, He's
got no wacky intro. I kind of like that. Let's jump right in here. I was waiting for wow, wow, ching, Connor. Big letters.
I take the high road with Xander Hall. Today he explicitly lied about he knows happened in December. Here are the receipts of him berating and threatening his own friend and editor, Cherry. Now, Cherry is a very prolific leaker for the commentary community, by the way. Cherry has leaked a whole bunch of stuff against Tipster, a bunch of stuff against Keffels. I mean, this person just somehow has gotten their fingers in every single...
Write this down for me, Jeannie. You got your pen? Jeannie? Hello there. Am I still online? Jeannie's...
Yeah, I think she stepped away.
Jeannie.
I got it. Pen to paper for you.
All right, good. Have nothing to do with Cherry. There you go. All right.
Political commentator person, like on that whole sphere on the left, and has leaked like horrible DMs against all of them. I have no idea how it's even possible, but here we are today. So first, the Demon Mama attaches these images. It starts off with Xander Hall here saying, okay, so I think I'm fucked. Still no money, and still does not show as pinning in my bank account. Okay, the number was wrong, confirmed. The 4K went to some rando. It has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP, emergency. Fuck, homeless. I am now homeless. Cherry, why?
Here's what I find out. Here's what Nick told me. Apparently, Cherry was his mommy, and he was running his life, and apparently she accidentally sent the money to the wrong account. That he was receiving.
Well, he gave the... I mean, from reading that, he gave the wrong fucking routing to her, right?
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know that. That's even funnier. So it was his fault.
I mean, that's what it says right there. If you go up a little bit, he's like, wrong number.
Oh, Jesus. I think I fucked the money. Oh, so it's 100%.
Okay, the number was wrong, confirmed. Yeah, you fucking retard.
God,
do you not even know your own account number or what?
That's so funny. Why do you have people doing stuff for you like this? This is like stuff you got to handle. Oh, my God. And this is the guy telling people about good government. He can't even run a bank account. I love these kids that like become these like the political types. The only one that mildly has it together is Destiny, and he's insane too. Jesus Christ! But he can balance a checkbook.
Why? Andrea, answer now! Please, I'm going to be homeless. Cherry.
He also told me that I guess Xander Hall was getting money from one of these I guess he's a complete apparatchik too, because he's getting money from some sort of a left-wing group as long as you spread their talking points, and I guess push for Biden. I think this is where the money came from. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Cherry. Okay, it just keeps going. Cherry. Okay. I have never been paid by PV according to all my bank info. And just for context, PV is a political PAC known as Progressive Victory.
Oh, that's so
At least
funny.
This is the sentiment I see a lot of people repeating on Twitter.
So he's a complete fraud. He's doing it for money. He's like, you could buy his opinions. Unbelievable.
This person describes it as, it's a political PAC that is paying streamers to go to a weekly meeting where they discuss talking points. They cannot require them to discuss things because it is against Twitch platform TOS for politics to be done like that, so they found a loophole. Now, just to preface
that... Yeah, so they just don't give you the money the next time you don't do it. That's how that works.
Might not be exactly accurate, but that's what I see a lot of people repeating. That's the sentiment I see a lot of people talking about what PV is. So that's the best knowledge that I have. Not ever before. Cherry, answer now. I will be homeless starting tomorrow.
Good.
Cherry. Okay, we are buying my ticket back to California now. Thank you for completely ghosting me tonight. I'll never forget it.
It's your fucking fault!
Never. The only way to save me is for PV to pay me everything they owe me. I have never received a single payment, not one. I am fucked.
Yes, you are.
Cherry, answer now. Cherry, you have fucking killed me. Why? Please, just answer. Please, answer now. Then in all caps, still continuing. I have messaged Brianna myself. When you are back...
Yeah. You want to know what bank number you routed to? Xander, it's mine. I bought all these fucking jerseys and shit. Thanks.
Not mine. We need to have a conversation about your future employment.
You wonder I can afford this shit. There you go.
If I am saved, it will be no thanks to you. If I am fucked, it is your fault for not making sure they paid me. You swapped the...
Oh my god, he gave the wrong banking number and it's her fault? What a bitch.
Fucking numbers, and they weren't able to pay me because of that. Then attached email by Cherry sent to PV taking numbers, and they weren't able to pay me. I am fucked. It is your fault for not making sure they paid me. You swapped the fucking numbers, and they weren't able to pay me because of that.
I don't even know what you mean. I don't know what he means by that.
Then attached email.
She's the one who gave the account number to PV to pay him, and she fucked it up because she's doing his own banking on his behalf because she's his mother.
Yeah, apparently.
By Cherry sent to PV to get Xander Hall his payments. Now the 4K is on its way to some fucking guy. I am waiting.
You're
then
welcome.
Demon Mama attaches continued receipts of him berating, blaming, attacking his...
I got my fucking Red Bull Forsberg jersey. I got my John Tolkien Red Bull jersey, and I'll be getting I'm probably getting a Lewis Morgan Scotland jersey. Thanks. Thank you.
Own friend and employee. I want you to know that I have to fly to California tomorrow. I cannot bring my PC. I will not be able to afford your pay. Your job will not exist anymore tomorrow because you wouldn't message me back. This is still salvageable. But time is now slipping away, and if you're asleep and see this in the morning, it's already too late. I am now also in hot water with Brianna because I look bad for having you handle this shit while I was...
That's your fault again.
Busy. You were the one who got me to join PV. I told you I would be too busy to handle this stuff, and you said you would. I have now paid another $250 so my mom could reschedule her flights and extend her rental car for next week. My lease still ends in 25 hours, but I won't be stranded here without her.
It's funny, all these socialists can't handle money. Isn't that funny to you?
When I get kicked out, I could have locked in this house hours ago if you were fucking awake to send me the W-9 and pay agreements from PV to verify my income, you fucking fuck. I would have had the place and been moved in by now, you motherfucker. You are the only person holding the whole process back.
He edited this too, the all caps one.
Now, you fuck. If I end up being homeless because the place gets nabbed up by tomorrow and I'm stuck living with my abusive mom again, and my fans ask why I'm back where I started, I will make sure they know it's
because you suck.
It's because of you. And then Cherry tried to call Xander Hall. And then these DMs look to be a few weeks later in December. Cherry says, you probably won't even pay me this month. Xander Hall says, why do you think I won't pay you? Tell me why you think I can't and how it makes me bad. Cherry, you didn't last month.
I love that. It's my favorite. You did last month, you asshole.
Xander Hall, why? Say it. Why couldn't I pay you? And how does that reason make me an asshole? I'm going to get evicted at the end of this month. At this rate, Cherry, we have not made enough money. I cannot change that. And then 3 days later, Cherry said,
then you have to let her go and pay her. You still got to pay her. You still got to pay her.
Tommy, if your life turns upside down and you have a schizo freak out like this over $4,000, maybe you should get a different job.
Yeah.
If $4,000 makes or breaks your entire life like this, maybe you should
do what I do. Just fucking get volunteers. I can't afford to pay these people. But I tell you something, if I promise to pay one of you guys and the shit went tits up, here's what I do. I said, we're done. Your job's over, but I'm going to slowly pay you back. That's fair, right? And then pay you back.
The money regardless.
You're going to get the money. It's going to be later than I thought. I misread. This is my fault 100%, but the money's not there to pay you. I'll be paying you in these increments for such and such a time. Thanks for working with me.
But even then, that has yet to happen, so.
Yeah.
Says, I have been your #1 supporter for 2.5.
What spawned this, by the way? This is like fucking December. You know?
I don't know. It just got fucking dropped. I think people were talking about Xander Hall and Keffels, and then this just appeared.
Yeah. Half years. I'm worried if I don't agree to this, you're going to hurt me.
Well, I definitely publicly, because you threatened to, in a public way.
Xander Hall, I'm not Keffels. Cherry, you talk about wanting people to die a lot. Xander Hall, a lot of people...
Don't worry about it. He's an absolute pussy. You know, as fat and as old as I am, I'm pretty sure I kick Xander Hall's ass.
Need to die, to be fair. Cherry, yeah. Xander Hall, we're still friends, right? Like, you still want to see my dog and stuff? What the fuck?
What? 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 Jesus Christ.
What is this?
You want to come over and see my dog? I'm going to hit you in the head with a fucking sledgehammer. Who's a pretty puppy? Clunk.
Yeah, what? Okay. Demon Mama continues saying, Xander Hall threatening to K. Keffels and her followers during a deranged, abusive mental breakdown from December, while his editor begs him to stop. This is where it gets just horrible. This is on the 17th again, where Xander Hall says, I hate all of them, Cherry. I want all of them to die. I would kill Keffels in a heartbeat.
Why would you write that down? Just say it out loud and just like scream it out loud or something where nobody can hear you. God.
I wouldn't even shoot her. I'd beat her to death with the gun.
Good. It's nice of him to keep the correct pronouns for all this. You know, he's definitely a man of principle. Not like Elvis the Alien.
Cherry, you're...
Did Jeannie ever come back? Jeannie?
No, she's still muted.
She's like, fuck this shit.
You know,
not in a good mood.
I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
No, I completely forgot I was muted. To be fair, I've been back for a bit. Had to go to the bathroom.
No, your pay's cut in half.
Your pay's cut in half.
No.
Don't tell everybody you want to kill Elvis the Alien.
You know, Tommy, I bet Elvis would have wanted to see Xander Hall's dog.
Yeah, it's too funny.
Xander Hall, I will kill her. What's her address? I want it. I want to know where she's at. Cherry, she's in Ireland. It's not public. Please stop. You're spiraling. Xander Hall, someone has to die for this.
What an egomaniac.
I will never be happy until someone has died for this. Ideally, Keffels. Cherry, her career is going to die. Xander Hall and Velvet and her fucking orbiters. I have to kill her. Really kill her. Stop her heart. Cherry says, Xan, fucking stop. Calm down. Stop, please. And Xander Hall just says, okay. And so, of course, given that this is involving Keffel...
Why would she come to the conclusion that she might be hurt by Xander Hall? Who knew?
Yeah. We have a direct statement from your boy Tippy himself. Tipster just had to weigh in.
Of course.
And we also have statements from Keffels, starting off where Tipster says, in all my time on the internet, I have seen some unhinged DM leaks. But these Xander Hall leaks are on a whole other level.
They kind of are. He's not wrong.
For real, dog. Seek help. You clearly need it.
I hate when people, that's so passive-aggressive. Seek help. Seek help. Like, what's going to help him from not wanting to kill people? Yeah, really. And he's not, doesn't mean it anyway. He's fucking blowing off steam more than likely. But
and this is just the worst tweet of all time, because if Keffels, if it was on the inverse and these were DMs,
they'd all be calling the cops and everything else. Yeah.
Like Keffels saying this about someone else, Tipster would have thrown his fat lard body in front of all the bullets. He would have just been diving like head first. Get down, Keffels, get down. Like, he would have been protecting Keffels completely. So this tweet is useless. His opinion does not mean anything here. But you know, he's Keffels' right hand.
Wait, Connor's done well since he got fired from lolcow, huh? He's doing all right.
I think it's
Keffels' right hand puppy dog. So of course he had to weigh in and say something, you know, to support his queen, Keffels. And then so obviously Keffels also decided to weigh in. Just
I guess Keith called me a liar about the fucking NDA. Fucking Connor calls me. He's like, well, you have to send me the NDA now. I was like, that's my content, bitch. That's my content. In fact, I think I can play you the damn thing. Here we go. Here.
That's my content, bitch.
That was my message to Connor.
Just giving this take of my position on Xander Hall saying that he wants to K me is that nothing online matters. We all need to log off. Please go outside. Get a hobby. Go have S. Literally do anything.
Can't even say sex, God.
Except to be mad online. You can choose to live a life that is not miserable. Wow, incredible coming from Keffels, the person who stole
got their penis off
$100,000 from their fans. You know, has a disgusting, degenerate Discord history. Just all around the worst person to ever exist, probably on the internet. A big fraudster.
I think she's being kind of generous to Xander Hall there. Didn't say he wanted to kill her.
Of course, their take is just, oh, just go outside and log off. You know, just ignore everything that's happening. Just absolutely disgusting. But continuing on saying, I fucking hate the internet. This is a miserable place. Yeah, when you're...
You like when you go in your way, yeah.
Like you, of course it is. When you're the biggest degenerate of all time, people call you out. Yeah, of course you think it's that. Anyway, I'm planning to retire from streaming and will lock my account sometime next year and move on with my life. No one here is actually...
What are you going to do, Keffels? Like, what are you going to do with your life? You going to work at a job? Where are you going to go? What can you offer the world? What do people really need from you that they can make money on?
I don't know. Keffels is kind of fucked now. You shoot one email to an employer about like bathtub HRT. It's kind of over now.
Yeah.
You can only find happiness if you choose to prioritize things that really matter. Just
like stealing $100,000.
So stupid. I don't have anything else to say about this. I'll be back whenever. I really don't care anymore. Try explaining the situation to literally anyone outside of this small internet echo chamber and watch the look they give you at how fucking insane you sound.
Well, that's why I don't tell anybody what I do. You know, Keffels discovered the real world.
Yeah, all the shit retarded is outside of a vacuum.
Yeah, like I know it's retarded, and you're fine with it as long as you're making money at it or stealing money.
Keffels has said this like so many times. I really feel like it's some weird personal experience that Keffels themselves had, where Keffels tried to explain the fact that they stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from people, and someone IRL who's not connected to the internet was like, "What?"
So she explained it, and they're like, "So you stole $200,000?" No, that's not, that's what happened.
What are you talking about, huh? And they were just confused, probably because Keffels obviously obfuscated up.
Yeah, but this, in fairness to Keffels, this area is pretty fucking weird. In fairness to her.
Fuck ton of information about how they're actually like a thief and a fraudster, right? But in reality, when you explain to someone, you know, the idea of charity fraud, that's something that happens in the real world.
I can't imagine she put it in those terms, Connor.
Time. This idea, this concept that Keffels just has in their mind of just like, oh, like anyone you try to explain this to is just going to be blown away from how insane you sound. It's ridiculous. Charity fraud is always something that happens. And the concept of a huge political influencer stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from their fans, sending hormones to children across the internet, that's fascinating to a lot of people, especially people who have no idea what the fuck the internet is. They're like, whoa, tell me more about this. So you know what I mean? Like this concept, this is just such a losing position. Now, let me just be clear. I've never personally talked about Keffels to people outside of the internet, but I have been one to talk about just various internet dramas to people who are normies.
Everybody thinks you're fucking weird, Connor. I got news for you. Everybody. No.
And they almost always find it intriguing because it's something that's just so out of the norm.
My favorite is in a conversation of a normie that's kind of picking up on this stuff, and they mention me, and they don't know it's me they're talking to. That's my personal favorite.
From what they're used to. You know, someone doing something like this is insane, and people like to hear...
I tell you that happened at Gordy. Somebody's like, you ever watch that lolcow thing? I was like, what are you talking about?
No, really?
Yeah, somebody said that. I was like, really? I go, I have to check it out. I don't want anybody knowing it. Oh yeah, it happened just before I left. Yeah, I went to Gordy's. It's like, you ever watch that lolcow thing? I was like,
how old were they?
What? 50s or 60s.
How did they not recognize you?
What?
How? Maybe they only watch the live stuff like I do. That's the only
thing. Like, how was I dressed? I don't think I was dressed with a hockey or a football jersey.
No, you weren't wearing a jersey for once. It's hard to recognize.
I wasn't wearing a jersey. Yeah. I wasn't wearing a jersey.
No jersey.
And I had a build hat too. So yeah, I did have shorts on though. So like nobody can see my short. No, I didn't have a jersey on. Like a lolcow stuff. Like that stuff crazy. Like I was like, what's this about? It's like, oh, these two like goofballs. Like I don't think he did because he even mentioned like there's a third guy. They said two. You know. So.
Stories about people being insane. I mean, welcome to human nature, right? I don't know. It's just so stupid. It's just such an obvious cope from Keffels. It's like, shut the fuck up. Living in denial that your story is absurd and that you come across like a delusional, insane person it's not a good look. But yeah, I mean, Xander Hall, I know he has like a huge history of also just being horrible with managing his money. Like, I swear there's a whole bunch of allegations against
one of these military contractors over here.
So maybe I'm wrong about the way that he handled his money via PayPal.
All right, enough. All right. A military contractor, 50s, 60s. He's older than me. Do I want to cover this?
There's something Speedy Bird sent me that
let me see.
I sent it to you. It's a Vito's comic review. Like somebody reviewed Vito's comic.
What did Lex do?
Apparently, it's pretty funny.
Do you have the video of him trying to kiss that chick?
I think I sent it to. I don't know if it's the exact video. I sent one to you. It's the. I'll relink the tweet again. Where is it?
It's pretty funny.
It's the.
What's the thing? Did he do something
it's
wrong?
the fourth
video.
video.
I am totally at it. Did he do something wrong? Because we've interviewed him here, and he was really nice to me. I never thought I'd be. What's this? I'm unable to post these videos on Google Docs, so I'll be tweeting them here instead to add this. I think this is.
And it's the final video that was the weird one, from what I could see. The one in the, but from what I can tell, there wasn't really much. It was an allegation of him grooming, by this Ren girl. Then he came back by saying, "No, you," because apparently she cheated on him with somebody who was underage.
What?
And yeah,
Monkey Jones.
It's.
Oh God!
Yeah,
so everybody's being accused of being a pedo.
Yeah, it's literally like the Spider-Man meme of pointing at each other.
Is anybody getting arrested? Probably not. I don't care.
I doubt it. Like, I think he was 18 and she was.
This is the most grueling kiss I've ever seen in my life. It's awful.
Why do you think that's gonna make it better? Listen, I will do anything. Kiss.
Yeah. Why did they block her face in here and not in here?
I love you, guys.
I don't know.
But do you?
It's an awkward kiss, that's for sure.
I love you. I fucking.
But this one's blocked. Is she underage here? We don't know.
Don't think so.
Why do you think that's?
But I don't know.
I don't know. Good luck, Lex.
But on.
Good luck, Lex. I'm not
honestly, the worst part was the Snapchat logs. It was.
Really.
Like, not as in bad, but like it was cringeworthy. Like,
it's cringe. Cringe. Oh my. Emails. That's funny.
And then I'll send. I think I sent it to you already, but I'll send you.
Let's see. Can we meet? Can we get together? We had such a good trip last time. What happened? Appendix. I don't want to be with you. I want to be with people at Coachella. What is Coachella? That's something that happened when I left. Like, what is Coachella exactly? I've heard it used before.
It's like a music. It's like Glastonbury.
It's a huge music festival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get fucked up, do drugs, and have fun.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was going on in that other picture. Both of them. Can we go together with your friends? What happened is you opened your mouth. I want to go holding your hand. Yeah, I don't want you to touch me. So you're going to let me go, nah? Yes, you did. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit, you're wrong. Holy fuck. You're so fucking dense. Things will be no bad, no baby. So he broke up with her and she had a fit?
No, she broke up with him.
Oh,
and he's the one who has a fit. So the thing is with these timestamps is where it starts is from the most recent messages, and so he's going all the way back now.
Oh, okay. Then it gets good over here.
So there's I can find some screenshots from it if you want.
You're a privileged white man. Yeah. And you don't even know it. White man will always be white man. You're no different than a white man. You're just a regular guy. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry I let you down.
Sorry I let you down. I was kind of unique, kind of nice, but now I realize I'm not. Go choke a girl out or something. I'm sorry. No, I don't want harm. Yeah, you're just a straight white man. You're such a basic straight white man. What a bigot mentality. You barely stared being comfortable with gay jokes. Oh, God. You got what you deserve, Lex, for fucking dating one of these kooks.
Here, let me find the funny ones. Just give me a moment.
I don't know. I don't think he did anything.
Here we go.
I think everybody's overage. Assuming everybody's overage, he didn't do it. It doesn't look like he did everything.
Here,
this is a good one. Let me see.
Yeah, so in context, that baby girl, the Ren girl says, he is this guy named Lawrence who she cheated on Lex with. So
Okay. Baby girl. He told me straight up that he masturbated 5 times in a row to my Instagram pictures. Boy, I couldn't have done that when I was a teenager. And I fell in love with the attention because no one has ever given me that kind of attention. Since when does that turn like that grosses girls out, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does for me. I don't.
Most women I know.
BPD girls go crazy.
Oh, that's weird. Baby, I do that too. I just thought you'd think it's gross when I say that. He knew what I wanted without me even saying it. That's women in a nutshell right there. You should know.
Yes,
that is like that's women in a nutshell right there.
Well, you know that's real.
Yeah. No fake drama here. That's why I don't you don't know that I masturbaged every photo you sent me. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Imagine trying to say, no, I do jerk off all the time. Oh, imagine
that. What the fuck?
I think the only time I ever did that is when I hadn't had sex in months when I was in the military in training. It's like the first time and only time I masturbated to a picture. Come on! So I was training for something. Because, you go to basic, and then I had 20 fucking straight weeks in AIT, and no contact with females. And before you say, you could have got laid in AIT, yes, but I was 10 years older because I was 27 when I joined, right? So I was like an old man, number one. Number two, I got in trouble, and I wasn't allowed to leave because I got in a fist fight. That's when I got hooked on the painkillers, too.
Yeah, well, at least you're on the up and up.
Yeah, at least I got to Germany. I got to burn it all out in a couple of months. Jesus. It's the only time I've ever done anything like that. Because I was absolutely fucking, I felt like I was in prison. I had a pretty active social life before I joined the military. And then all of a sudden it gets dried up with training. And I think that's it, right? That's all we got. We can take some calls.
Well, there was the
speedy version?
Vito video.
Vito video? Poor Vito. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to dump his content.
He should have just directly copied 2 pages from ISOM and then had her reading.
Isn't this the leak that they did?
Yeah,
I don't want to do no.
Some prick leaked his entire comic on 4chan.
I'm not helping with that. I'm not gonna help with that.
Yeah.
No. That's fucked. I know he's worked really hard on that. Now, I mean, I'm not going to fucking criticize Josh for fucking doing it. I'd probably do it for somebody I didn't like. But, Vito's been pretty good to me. He came on lolcow on short notice, and I'm not going to fucking dump on him like that. No way. I'll dump on him for being a little fascist cunt over fucking Dr.
When it comes out here soon, and if it's dog shit, then we'll just have fun with it then.
Yeah. I don't even think I'd do that. I'm not doing, like, I'm abstaining from that. I'm not a comic book fucking, and I know he can take it too because he went after what's his face, the black guy that makes bad, the ISOM guy.
Yeah, Eric July.
Yeah.
It also apparently it wasn't the entire comic that's leaked in that video. This is from Speedy Word, but it is diabolical anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Video. It was a preview part to get feedback. It was like not completely colored, not complete or anything, but it was enough of the story to be.
Oh, it sucks.
It wasn't a final version, but still.
No, I'm not talking about Vito like that. No way. I'll criticize him for his takes, but we are friends. I think he's a left. Yeah. I think he's a lot farther left than
let Dick shoot down the comic when it comes out.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like Vito could take it, I mean, he knows once he puts something out there, it's fucking game. But I don't have to do that now.
Well, he did luck out though. He, even with how lazy he's been, and he thought I was gonna get it out before this fucking movie came out. The movie is total dog shit and actually makes better prospect for his comic. So he actually won.
Oh, accident. You're saying everybody's saying
the movie is fucking terrible. The story doesn't make any sense. They barely use the multiverse stuff at all. There's no rules in the movie.
Everybody's telling me the movie's fantastic. The Wolverine Deadpoolism is fantastic. Well, I should say.
Well, watch their review on it because since there are 2 people that actually write and they're not just eating up,
Yeah. Well, Nick's a big fan. He's a little biased, but everybody, even the ones that hate everything Disney does says it's pretty good. He said they said that the Spider-Man's better and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is better, but this one's more entertaining. Like, it's just a lot of cool action. But the story's not strong. That's what they said. But it's still, like, worth a see. That's what I heard. You saw it? And you didn't like it?
No, I'm just going off of
no, I'm hearing good
review
things.
that I watched.
I'm hearing good things.
No, I'm sure there's like...
I'm hearing good
like
things.
the action and stuff. There's some decent action stuff, but it's mainly the story stuff.
Hmm.
The main crutch of it is they really didn't do anything with the multiverses stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of dog shit in that way. So his comic is actually fine. He'll be able to expand on it if anything people can see.
Good. Because I thought he had a really good idea with this super killer thing. I'm rooting for him. I'm not rooting against him. Unless it's war.
Oh yeah, it is a fan service jerk off film though, too, a lot of it. Which I despise. So.
Oh, you despise that? Doesn't bother me. I guess there's a way to do it. Does anyone want to call in? The only thing is I can't talk about lolcow any more than I already have. I can't get into any kind of details. No? Should I do an after show? I might do an after show. And what else is going on? I think we're going to do a Love Phones this week, maybe tomorrow. Or the next day. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that.
You've been done with the MCU a while now. Yeah, I like the way I see it. I'm done with it too, but it isn't entertaining. I love Deadpool. I'm a huge Deadpool guy. Like it has to go bad for me. I'm done with the new stuff. Like, fuck it. If there's a new character I never heard of, then go fuck. Right? But Deadpool, I'm not. I thought the second Deadpool video was pretty bad and quasi woke. But I heard this one's not woke at all.
Well, I heard it's the same thing where they do like the fake edgy where it's like safe.
Yeah,
edgy,
safe edgy. Yeah, probably. I can believe that. Well, I'll have to go see it. My wife really wants to see it, and I'll let you all know what I think. Mormon guy, shoot.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
I just wanted to go back a little bit to that Elvis the Alien thing.
Sure, got it.
I think that's somewhat funny that he's like filming it outside to make it seem like he's more authentic. Like this is like the real me.
It's the first time his pale white ass has been outside in months.
Yeah, so it's just like
he's a phony.
A performance about his like it's so.
Everything he does is perfect. There's nothing there. He's absolutely vapid. He's an empty fucking
guy,
hoodie.
what part of him uploading it to his 2.7K channel brings inauthenticity to you?
Yeah,
good point. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it fucking. I mean, the thing that frustrates me is like, somebody put out a tweet and they said, "Oh, Tommy had this guy pegged years ago." I was like, "Yeah, but no, nothing's changed. He's always been like that. He's a phony."
Just nobody cared. Once again,
nobody cared.
Nobody gave a shit.
Oh, Tommy, you're psychic. No, I'm not. It happened. I pointed it out. Nobody cared.
It's the same pattern for 2 years.
Yeah, no. Give me 2 years.
Tommy, how could you see Mama Max so far into the future?
And then
the same content.
The last thing I want to talk about, here's a little bit of tinfoil that I don't know if anyone can actually look into this. You remember Xander Hall said that his girlfriend was like a meth head and that whole drama?
Yeah.
Does this now cast doubt that was true?
That she was a meth head? No, he was probably doing shit too. That's what I think. My guess.
So that's what I would love to.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Everybody look. One of the reasons I joined the Army is everybody around me. And I've done some drugs, but I never did the big ones. I never did the big H. I never did coke. Anything like that. I tell you if I did. Okay. I've never done ecstasy or anything like that. I was kind of into weed and beers, and I did some acid and what do you call that? Angel dust. When I was in my 20s or late teens, I forget.
PCP?
Yeah, I did PCP. Yeah, it was laced PCP on weed. That was crazy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I did all that shit.
That would be a bad surprise.
But I never did like the heavy addicted drugs. So I've been around it, but I noticed as I got older, people are getting into the harder stuff, like early 20s. Rusky Dusky, thanks so much. Early 20s, mid 20s. By the time I'm pushing 30, like people are really fucked up. Some people have died. Some people, like a buddy of mine, did some time. One of the reasons I really had to get out of New Jersey, so I have a little bit of experience with this stuff. And I drove a cab too, and literally I was the guy that took you to the methadone clinic because they had a contract with the cab company to get them back and forth. Okay, so my experience in the drug scene is at least in the early 2000s and late 90s, is pretty. I'm an expert because I declared myself an expert. I have never ever seen somebody that was really, really heavy into drugs and their partner was not heavy into drugs. There's usually a degree, like one of the two is worse. So when I saw this, I thought
they normally both partake.
Yes, they partake. So maybe like she was really bad and he was bad too, but like comparatively she's not. And then considering he looks like he's aged, he's older than me now, for fuck's sake. And I'm like 25, 30 years older than him. And he really, yeah. So I think that, that he's probably involved too. And everybody's doing stuff for him, sure. And, that whole fucking scene that he's involved, they base,
that would add up though. If 4,000 makes or breaks him, that would explain where at least the money's going pretty quick.
Explain a lot. And so, yeah, that's my guess that he's probably got some kind of habit too. And I got to know, like all the, there was no woke or there was no SJWs when I was like, but I remember like, growing up next to Rutgers University, where fucking, what's his face? A lot of drugs over Rutgers, where Hassan went to school. Like I said, there's no wokes, no SJW, but I know the type of people that, like that crowd, that far left socialist, they will tell you, they will look you in your eye that everything you hear about these drugs is a lie from the right and they can be handled. So I would not be a bit surprised. Nothing would shock me less than Xander Hall buying into that. This is a right-wing lie. You can do these types of drugs and be perfectly fine and just do them recreationally with no consequences. And I could see him falling into that. My personal favorite is the marijuana is not a gateway drug. Now, you can get it legitimately in a lot of places. So go by when I was growing up when you couldn't get it legitimately in a lot of places. I've had college students tell me that they can prove it without a doubt that it's not a gateway fucking drug. But I grew up in New Jersey. I'm not a street guy, but I was around the street. And I don't know anybody that didn't do weed that wasn't eventually exposed to another drug. Didn't mean they did them. I didn't. Right? But you're exposed. Once you get a drug dealer, they're probably not just dealing weed. It opens the door. It is a gateway drug. I don't care what fucking science. I've seen it happen, like, on the ground. Can I prove it? No. But I remember, like, that crowd telling me, like, no, it's not a gateway drug. What do you mean it's not a gateway drug? Call your fucking drug dealer right now. See, can you get me something stronger? No, but I know somebody who can. Don't tell me it's not a gateway drug. Now, it might be less of a gateway drug now because you can get it legally, but don't fucking tell me that shit. I've seen it. I know it. You can smoke weed your whole life and not have a fucking problem. I do think it's relatively harmless, but I have seen people ignore their responsibilities, become basically lazy, good-for-nothing pieces of shit. But this idea that it's not a gateway drug, and they would fucking, I'd have these kids telling me that it's not a gateway drug, and they were doing heavier drugs than I never ever did. And they all started the same way I did. And I said, I'll stick with booze. And they started doing heroin. Or they got hurt and they would have that story that Garris came on and told. I know that story. I heard it 100 times before. I got some kind of pain medication and next thing you know, I'm buying heroin. I've seen it. I got a buddy who did time that got deported. I know it's a gateway drug. Everybody starts with weed. And I know they argue, well, anybody could start with, you could get that with, a booze or heroin. To some extent, yes. But you don't go to a drug dealer that has access to H and fucking Molly and all that stuff and Marlboro. You go to the corner store to buy Marlboro. So like I said, it may be not as much of a gateway drug because you can get it legally, but it is if you're getting it illegally. It is. So the gateway only exists because of the prohibition. In my experience, yeah. Because, all right, you're dealing with somebody, you're buying from somebody that is doing an illegal activity. He's got a business that's illegal, okay? So it opens the fucking door. If you're doing it with a legal transaction, well, nobody's in the fucking marijuana shop selling H or meth or coke. It's just the weed. So yeah, so it might have changed. But back in the 90s and prior to, it's a gateway drug. It is. It doesn't mean you're going to walk through the gate, but it is. You're going to be, if you do weed, you're going to be exposed to somebody to just do something a little more dangerous and you do that, that's the next door and the next door and the next door. I see it. You know, weed itself isn't a gateway. Having contact with a dealer is. How do you get weed then? From a dealer. Yeah, you know, so there you go. I guess I guess that's what everybody seems to have the exception to. There's nothing in the weed that chemically points you to heroin. That's true, but it's irrelevant because you'd never be exposed to fucking other stuff if you never did the weed in the first place. You know, everybody knows this happens, and you'll have these fucking college kids that'll say, "Oh, this is a big fucking lie from the conservative Christians." No, it isn't. It's a street fact. That's what I'm saying. But go ahead, Mormon guy.
Yeah. Well, just to reiterate, when I grew up in Colorado in the 2000s, there was a Chinese restaurant called Heaven Dragon. And it was the way they were laundering the Chen's family marijuana empire. And
what was it called again?
Heaven Dragon.
He's Chinese restaurant. They're dragon, all right.
It's pretty good. My family, we growing up, because it was near us, we actually ate there.
Yeah.
But their kids went to school with me, and yeah, they got busted and in the stash houses. So he had the marijuana stash houses, but he also had pill mills coming out of the houses too. So It's like, yeah, he kind of diversified his options. But
yeah, he diversified your product.
And then I went to a school with a kid named Kyle who used to deal weed out of. There's a golf course called Highlands Ranch, and he was a caddy, and he would sell weed that way through high school, and he also then started to make some more money doing pills and stuff.
Yeah, like I think what happens to the weed dealers, they get comfortable, they get saved, and then they run into another dealer, and they're like, "Yeah, you could make a lot more money if you did this, though." But you might go to prison for that. You get slapped in the rib. But you get fucking when I was a kid, if you got caught with enough weed, you could do serious time. Depending, it had to be a ridiculous amount, more in the bag. But you had to, you got caught, yeah, you could be doing some serious time. So yeah,
That's how they busted the big drug dealer at my school. There's a kid named Billy who just turned 18 when he got caught with the weed, and he flipped on the dealer to get him busted.
We had a guy fucking dealing weed, right? And the guy who flipped and snitched on everybody, his last name was Fink. I'll never forget that. That's a German name. It's a type of bird, right? But a Fink. You guys, if you go back to a movie called River's Edge. It's kind of my generation. I'm the kid that's shooting the fish in the barrel with the BB gun. Everybody's like, you narked or you finked on somebody. That used to be the slang for snitch. But I remember it was really funny. This guy, his last name was Fink, and he fucking finked on everybody, and he had a police escort until graduation.
God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And his name was Fink. I should go look him up. They put yearbooks online? I guess they don't. I was wondering if they did.
When I was growing up, they started to. They started to when I was in high school, but
yeah. Tommy with the great poll in the movie. All you do is you fuck my mom and eat her food. Motherfucker, food eater! It's the greatest scene in fucking high school all the time. Yeah, like, fuck my mom and eat her food. Keanu Reeves' great line. Come here. It's a great movie. It's based on a true story of a fucking some kid. He killed some girl for no reason. Then he started inviting everybody back to check out the body. You know, me too. We should fuck my mom and eat her food. You know what I saw? What I thought was a great movie, and I watched it again, and I didn't like it as much. I was really. Don't you hate when this happens? I saw Stand By Me, and it wasn't as good as I remembered it. It kind of aged poorly. Such a good movie, too, the way I remember it. I remember the scene with, you guys know what movie I'm talking about? Stand By Me?
Well, yeah, it's ruined because you can't keep thinking about how Will Wheaton's going to grow up to be an asshole.
Well, yeah, that's, yeah, right, there is that. But I remember the scene with him and Kiefer Sutherland, which I thought was the best scene in the movie. And that's what really disappointed me. And Will Wheaton pulls out the 45 and he cocks it. Oh no, he pulled out a 45 and he tries to chase away the older kids because they've decided they're gonna find the body and they're gonna call the police and do it the right way, right? And Kiefer Sutherland looks at Will Wheaton. He says, "What are you gonna do? You gonna shoot us all?" And the way I remembered it, he just stares down the barrel of the gun. He goes, "No, Ace, only you." And it's like, whoa. But when I watched it again, it wasn't like that. It was just, "No, Ace, only you," and it wasn't as dramatic. I was like so disappointed because I thought that was a really
when you
scene.
watched it the first
Yeah,
time.
maybe. But I was like awesome. The way I remembered it was like fucking awesome. Like, "No, Ace." Like he was shaking.
You should smoke again and
Only
watch
you.
it, see if it's the same.
Yeah, probably. Will Wheaton or
I have the
Jerry
same-
O'Connell? No, Will Wheaton pulled the gun. Will Wheaton
The
pulled the
same
gun.
issue with comedies, like comedies I thought were funny. Like I'm like, why did I think that was funny?
Ghostbusters is still funny. I watched that recently. It was still funny. You know, that aged well, I thought.
Well, one of my favorite movies was Undercover
Actually, I
Brother.
aged into Ghostbusters because I became a real hater of government bureaucracy. So, like, as I got older, it actually got better. You know, when I was a kid, it was like bust Ghost and blast him with proton packs. When I got older, it was a commentary on government bureaucracy, which I really liked. So yeah, it's still
some
good.
breaking news for you.
What's
Apparently, the Chris Tyson leaks have been disappearing.
What? How?
They have been taken offline mysteriously off of multiple sites.
Somebody must have
used
them
by the
downloaded,
original
right?
alleged leakers.
Somebody might. Have
I hope so. It's 500,000 messages though, so I don't know.
Who had the leaks to begin with? Who was the guy who had them?
A few different people posted it to multiple sites, and they're apparently being removed.
Oh, they're one at a time. It's time to fucking. You know what you should do? You should give them to a YouTuber now. Give them to you. Give them to a trusted. Give them to fucking Nick. He'll go through them all. Give him the fucking Mudahar.
Was the worst part for Mr. Beast just him talking about Chris's dick size? Was that the gist of it for him?
No, there's much worse shit in there. You have to watch it.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything. I heard he posted
some of the favorites are like unzip my fucking cock or whatever. Like there's some interesting shit.
There's something you never want to hear from a children's entertainer.
And then they had an underage girl that was the server's designated lolly and shit like that.
Well, if you have a copy of it, start giving it to people just in case they get it all. Give it to a lot.
I will. Yeah. One of the original uploaders said that the website that hosted the Chris Tyson Discord leaks was taken down yesterday morning.
So
he served with what we can only assume is a cease and desist.
Yeah, it's probably Chris.
Terminated everything to do with the website with no and repository with no choice.
They had a really cool military commercial when I was in the Army, and it was aimed at the brats. And this girl, she has a picture of herself in a bathing suit, and she's at a bulletin board in a school, right? And she takes this picture of her in the bathing suit, and she puts it on the bulletin board, and she puts a tack in it. And she kind of looks at it for a second, and she goes, "Nah." And then she goes to pull it off, and there's one behind it, same picture. And then she pulls it again, and there's another behind it, and there's another behind it, another behind it. And then the kids start walking down the hole, and she's like frantically pulling them. There's one more behind it, right? And then the kids find it, and they look at it, and they go, "Ah!" Right? And then it cuts to black, and it says, "Be careful what you post on the internet," right? And then they have like the creepy janitor come out who's middle-aged, and then he pulls it off. That's like the last scene you see. That's what Chris Tyson's trying to do now.
You know, it makes
apparently it's Beast because if you look what I sent you,
Mr. Beast,
one of the original people that used to work for him that made, I think it's the video that me and Chris looked at a little bit that honestly looked retarded. There was some shit that was like going off the deep end where saying he was the Antichrist or something. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with a different video, but I heard this video isn't very good, or at least the one we were looking at.
All right, let's hear it.
But apparently he was also sent one from.
If he's been sent one from Mr. Beast himself, then Mr. Beast is complicit in covering it up.
Mr. Beast's legal team did send me a cease and desist, and here's my official response.
The good old days when
Mr.
PewDiePie
Beast
just set
Mr. Beast's legal team? He's covered it up then, if that's true.
At?
Yeah, I just missed PewDiePie saying the N-word.
Oh no!
Baby bet, hey, couple racks, hey, couple Grammys on him, couple plaques, hey.
I'm probably gonna get fucking hit.
Oh my
What's that?
god, damn. He said, do you want to see some real slander? And now he's just slandering Mr.
Oh, I see.
He wrote some shit in the replies of this too. I don't. It might be something, but god damn.
Well, tell me what they said. Any other calls? No calls. I'm shocked. I'm back. No call. Okay. All right.
There's 16-bit Pete in there.
Oh my god,
All right. Take care, man. Take care. 16-bit Pete, you're on. 16-bit Pete, you're on the air. 16-bit Pete. Oh, fuck you, Pete.
Nice.
So mean.
Ugh. I am mean. I'm a mean person. That's why people like me.
I know you
16-bit
are.
Pete, are you retarded?
No, I'm not retarded.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
retarded?
Well, welcome to the show. What do you got?
Oh, what's going on?
You tell me.
No, Tipster, you know, he married a quadriplegic woman with rich parents.
I don't think she was quadriplegic. I think she's
paralyzed like from the waist down.
Waist down, is it?
Eric was his channel manager at Screenwave for like a year. 8-bit Eric. Yeah.
Oh, 8-bit was Tipster's channel manager?
Yeah, at Screenwave, and then when Tipster left Screenwave is when he started getting into the whole like, you know, trying to be like Keemstar with the drama alert thing.
Oh. Yeah,
So I messaged him one day and I said, "Why are you copying Keemstar?"
He switched gears when he stabbed me in the back. Is when he switched gears because he was sucking up to Mediger and shit. The national crowd initially, the far right, and then now he's sucking up the Castles. But you know, it all failed for fucking Tipster because he didn't have a thought in his own head either. He had to fucking
I just tried to look up the messages on Twitter, but it says like they suspended his account or something.
Whose account?
Tipster's. Yeah.
Tipster's what account? Which one?
His ex account.
His ex accounts for what?
He gets banned like every other fucking.
Because he likes to pick fights with fucking people that report you. I know that. We're used to.
I don't know. Boogie told me in Texas that Tipster's like addicted to lolly porn or something like that. So I was like,
I don't fucking.
Boogie's a retard. Boogie is a fucking retard. The fact that you even used him as a source just now, you're retarded.
You know Boogie has cancer, right? Isn't that sad?
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. Get it by.
Yeah, so sad.
What do you think of the tattoo?
Well,
what do you think of the tattoo? Yeah.
I'm glad they made him get it bigger. I think it's stupid though.
I don't like it either.
I thought it was, I don't know. Clearly Keem does not want him gone, and he's just doing this to make the fans happy.
I guess it worked.
I thought it was fucking stupid when they initially did the stream of kicking him off, and they said, "You know what? What do you guys think? For Boogie to be back, he needs to stop drinking soda. What do you guys think?" Like, what a fucking lukewarm punishment. Just say you don't want to kick him.
I'm not really.
Just say that's the whole point. Just say that's the whole point of the show. Just say that's the whole point of the show. Well, he's got to redeem himself, guys. And to redeem himself, you know what he's got to do? Not drink Mountain Dew ever again. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So fucking obvious.
Yes, the fans, they want him to blow his brains out. And I fucking hate him.
Yeah, it would be good.
And people were fucking mad, you know. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, speaking of complacent,
does it make me a bad person that I don't give a shit that he fucking lied about cancer? I just don't care. I mean, I understand why people are mad. Yeah, like I don't fucking care. I think it's even funnier that he, like, even when he was like caught dead to rights, he's sitting there. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. It says cancer, Vera. It's so funny to me.
Yeah,
it's so fucking funny. Like, you really want to get rid of him?
I can't even get mad at it.
I know, it's so funny. I mean, I respect anybody that's like, I cannot.
Well, and then everybody's like, well, what's the line then? What if he killed somebody?
Yeah, we probably throw him off. Yeah,
he'd be off the show.
Yeah, he'd be off the show.
Yeah,
so like, why do I have to? Why do I have like it's bad enough that everybody else is virtuing. Like, why do I have to do it? Chill Force, you're on the air. What's up? Chill Force.
Hey,
what do you got?
Hey there. Sorry, I had to mute the stream.
What's going on, man?
Not too much. You brought up a topic that I like to talk about, which is Boogie.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got?
I've got a pet conspiracy theory that I have only seen a few times.
Oh yeah.
That it's an ephemeral tattoo. Have you heard of those?
No, I don't know what you're talking about at all.
So they were advertised to some YouTubers a while back. They're supposed to be these temporary tattoos that you get the ink. Like the ink does go in, but it's supposed to be broken up by your body in a year or two, so faster than a normal tattoo. And
I don't know because it's infected. He posted a picture of it. It's like infected.
Oh
like
yeah, it's real ink. It's real needle. It's not like henna, but it does break down faster than normal tattoo ink, or at least that's supposed to be what it does.
I was on vacation, but didn't they have the guy like didn't they film?
Oh
it?
yeah. It's the same process. Whether it's ephemeral, because the ink is the difference, not the
Oh, the type of ink you use is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I hope he did. I hope he lied about his punishment. It's fucking good. I hope you're right.
Yeah,
it's fake.
That
makes it funny.
I've been very hard on Boogie, but I think that tattoo was a great start, and I just want to see more of that.
Exactly.
Kind of
that's
thing.
the problem with the tattoo, and that's why I went in there and said, "Don't get the tattoo," just because of what you just said, because there's no end to this shit. But there's absolutely no.
Well, you know what else you can do to stay on the show, Boogie?
You can cut his penis off. You know,
you can give it to Keffels to reattach.
Yeah. See, that's why I was against it, because I knew there was no end for it. You know,
the super chats were good, and then him, basically apologizing was good. But already he's still kind of trying to walk it back and say,
he's walking back his apology. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I bet as soon as I get back in there and I bring it up, he's gonna be like, he's just gonna lie again. You can't help it. I mean,
absolutely,
you can't help it. It's fucking
funny. And I can't blame him. I know it's got to be stressful, like just being on YouTube, being on live, especially getting the kind of pressing that
he's
gets.
He's a lying sack of shit. That's the fucking
God,
problem.
give me a fucking break.
He's a lying sack of shit.
He still is, right? But I can understand.
No, he has a look. I'll give you this. I'm sure it's something to do with real mental illness. I'm absolutely sure with that. Okay, but here's the thing. It's like no matter like he'll even said like I've even mentioned to both of them is when you guys feel pressure, that's when the lies come out, and that's why it makes it worse for you because you're not honest to begin with. So I don't think there's anything like he can't hear what I said and do anything with that, right? That's why I can't get too mad at him because he can't help it. But at the fucking same time, he is also responsible for what he says, and doubling and tripling down at any time. Like I swear to God, he would have probably made the channel a lot less money if he just said, "Yeah, when I made the video, I thought it was, and then I realized a month later, and I was just terrified somebody would come out and say just what Destiny was doing right now. I'm so sorry." It would have blew up, but it would have been like a 48 hours, 72 hours tops.
Yeah, it is still fun to press him, regardless.
I'll still do it, and he'll fucking. I'll do it every week, and it'll be fucking some different answer every week, guaranteed. That's why it's great.
That's awesome.
And I was willing to risk the because they were getting nervous about people were cutting their memberships, as far as I know, and I understand to some extent, but like, what did you fucking sign up for to begin with?
Right. Yeah.
But it's just I was willing to risk it because it's just so fucking funny. Artistically,
when you got a show, when you got a show like lolcow, the whole idea is people have become obsessed with these guys. They want to press them because they press them, and then they react, and you get the reaction like you got out of Boogie.
Sure. Yeah.
So
what are you gonna do if he's fired? Oh,
that would suck.
It would suck. Exactly. Yeah. So he lied about cancer. Like, I mean, if anybody needs to be mad at him that I know that has it's Wings. Because he cheated him out of a baby, which is funny to me.
That was such a good angle. I didn't even consider that.
Wings is one should be mad.
Yeah,
should be mad if anything. But I mean, I don't know. He's always been lying. He's lied about swattings. He can't say he's lied to me.
Right.
He's lied to about I think he's lied to me when he says, Tommy, I really appreciate it. I don't think recently, not so much, because I did tell him not to get the tattoo under any circumstances. And he was like, I appreciate that you care. I think that was sincere, but I think he said that to me before and not meant it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think he did. He knew. He knew. You know why? You know why I think he was? Because he knew I was sincere. Because he knew that I knew that if he did get the tattoo, that the channel would make a lot more money. Right?
Do you have a clip?
And I didn't care about the money because I thought that was just too fucking far. Right? Look, Boogie can get a fucking tattoo on his face and still call himself liar. Yeah, the tattoo is fake, like my cancer.
Well, he could have done instead a bunch of small, silly punishments, right? Not like
No, because then it would never be enough. It's the same thing no matter what.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Do you know how retarded Keem looked when they said, Boogie, you know what? Let's make a list of things you have to do to come back. And they're sitting there for a minute and they're pondering. All right, so faking cancer. What's the punishment that fits the crime? What if you never drink soda again? Like it'll never be good enough.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to get that part. Like I don't want him to hurt himself. I mean, like obviously it's a financial thing, but there's also a moral thing. I mean, I don't think it's worth dying over. I think it's worth getting kind of canceled over and called out over, and that's it. Then I'm done with it. But see, I'm not like there's a contingency of, I wouldn't say lolcow fans. I'm not gonna say that, but it's people that are angry at the show that they like. Wings wasn't lying. There's people out there that, and I used to scoff at this, and I don't scoff at it. They want them dead because for some reason, I guess that's gonna make them feel better about themselves. Because like I always watch Wings and Boogie, and when they're fucking doing their dumb shit, I find it personally entertaining, and I'm done with it. But there's other people that have a stake, or they think they have a stake in it. It's like very personal to them. That's so weird to me. It's bizarre.
Well, that's a bit of the mental illness angle. Is that it's not just them that are mentally ill. A lot of their detractors and trolls.
And a lot, we've noticed this too, that some of the trolls are just as fucked up as they are, in some cases worse. Like that Wings 007 guy is like just as fucked up as Wings and Boogie.
Exactly.
Every bit. If not, like I would love, I found out Wings doesn't drink, which is disappointing. I wouldn't mind, having a drink or going out for fast food with Wings. I know what we talk about. We probably talk about baseball. Or some shit. I wouldn't mind that. I think it'd be fun too. I like his wife a lot.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she seems cool. Perfect for him. Puts up a lot of his bullshit. It's got to go to fucking Niagara Falls alone. That's another great picture with that picture of her sad Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
So fucking funny. Poor woman.
Well, I'll get
it's
out
a
of
good
your way.
thing. It's a good thing I didn't go to fucking New York. I went with her to Niagara Falls and took a bunch of pictures and rubbed it in. Isn't this great, Kelly? Wow! All right, I got another caller, man. Thanks, Jill. First. Take care. Thanks, brother. Viego's heart. You're on the air.
Yo.
What's up, Tom? What up, brother? What you got? What you got,
man? We're still on the lolcow.
Yes, but there's only you can talk about past. I can't talk about any business stuff.
Right.
The only thing I tell you is I didn't sign and I won't. But go ahead.
The NDA. The
NDA is not getting signed, and that's the only thing I said. But nothing else besides that. Yeah. But
no, I think the show's good, man. I think the show's really good. But I mean, Keem did bring up a few points, that before he left. That I thought were pretty valid, because the shows. Were you there when he got the tattoo? I forgot.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, yeah, that show was fucking crazy, bro. I mean, that was just.
It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's not fake, by the way. That's not fake.
You don't think it's fake? I don't know.
No, there's no way.
I don't think it's fake either. Honestly,
there's no fucking way, dude.
Yeah, it looks like it. But this guy's coming on saying there's some kind of ink that you can use. It's not as permanent. I don't know if that's true. I don't have a tattoo. I've never got one. Yeah.
No, I can tell because I know friends who got tattoos, and they use a different kind of pen to put on the fake ink.
To the fake ink. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have so many tattoo artists. In the
It's a different pen. That makes sense, though. That actually makes a certain amount of sense. So you say that's real? Okay, go ahead.
But I think the show without Keem, it's still gonna be the same quality. I know a lot of people are freaking out about him leaving. supposedly, right? But I know that dude's gonna be back.
I'll tell you when he'll be back. When if I kick it out of the park, he'll be back next week.
But no, I think
hey, look,
you guys do need to get a good schedule for you, because there is some shows, you kind of have some low energy, and I feel like
I think low energy. Like, I'm the straight man on the show. What do you want me to do? I mean, you want so like you see, this is the thing. You can't do this thing like you don't want forced drama, but you want me to force my fucking personality. I'm not doing both. Hey, I mean, I'm sorry, you can't. But you guys want it both ways.
Tommy, do shot from the point, Tommy C. And then you talk over each other, and then they don't get to talk enough, and then you have to bring it back. But then you're really low energy, and I think
low
you
energy.
Don't
interrupt too much. There's no way to do it. I'm going to do it how I do it. It's going to be fun.
No, he's right though.
It's going to be fun. There's no way. Like you want high energy's phony. How about that?
Yeah.
It's not me.
Like I know Boogie sometimes he.
That's what fucking.
He amps it up. Yeah. He amps it up.
Don't believe a fucking thing that those two fat fucks are telling you. They're not worried about low energy or high energy. They're worried about Keemstar leaving because he's Keemstar. That's it.
I mean, I'm surprised Wings honestly doesn't get called. I know he's like getting his redemption arc with this, sort of, I guess.
Kind of, yeah.
But
don't fuck it up, man.
He has the lowest fucking energy. Like he'll come in with some little clips.
I don't think Tommy is very high energy enough.
Yeah. He looked fucking bored as fuck sometimes during the show. I'm gonna be honest.
Look, what we just had was an organic event that couldn't. We all got really, really lucky, with the cancer thing. That can't happen every week. But with those two retards, it might take a couple months. They'll do something else. I guarantee it.
No. Boogie will. Like people are saying, if that tattoo if he found a way, which I don't think it's fake. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's fake.
God,
but
I hope
if they find a way,
praying to God, it's
if
fake.
it starts fading in a few weeks, then oh my God,
well, his beard have grown over it by then, so you never know. Probably, right?
Well, he said that his facial hair, if the facial hair grows, that's kind of proof. Because supposedly, hair, it's hard for the hair to grow in that area.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
But,
all this analysis is so retarded.
I know. I have no idea. I don't care. I just want it to be funny. And I know in order for it to be funny, it's got to be organic. And I know you don't get in the way. You just let it go. Let it happen.
I think you're right. No, I think you're right. I think the show's gonna be fine, like I said, and
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I'm just glad that you're back, man.
Thanks, man.
They do need you back. They do need you back on the show.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how bad. All right, I'll talk
Mr. NDA. All right.
Yeah, it's not happening. So there you go. I'm more than willing to work. I didn't quit, no matter what you hear. I didn't quit.
Right.
I'm just not signing it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.
That's it.
God, isn't it so strange that people want the stream or the show
to
be
a little higher energy, but I don't want to be fake. Like I want you to be authentic.
Well,
but
not even that. They want it to be authentic, and they're like, but I saw the refraction in the ink. That shit's fake. It's the fucking
It's like, well, I watched one of these lolcow fan shows, and they're more interested in discussing what they think is real and fake than just fucking sitting back and enjoying it. And if that's how you enjoy it, I mean, like, go to it.
As long as you're buying a membership, do what the fuck you want.
Well, yeah, I don't even care about the shows. Like, somebody asked me, I wonder if it's the same guys that asked me if it was okay to do a show. I was like, I'm never gonna tell you not to do a show on the show. That's what, whatever floats your boat, But it does seem like there's, first of all, you ruined it for yourself as a fan. I've never been a part of any kind of fucking scripted work other than the commercial that was obviously scripted, right? Everything that's fucking happened, every fucking single thing that I have taken part in, which is like 90% of the show, not 100, has not been scripted. And it's like, you literally, by thinking everything's fake, you've literally cheated yourself out of this shit. You've literally cheated. And you ever like the ones that are like, all right, Boogie's, it's real that Boogie lied about his cancer, but it's not real that he fucking, like whatever's like sort of convenient. It's not real. The shows that came after that, you know, because they milked it too much.
Yeah.
You know, no, we weren't trying to give the people what they wanted. It's just so bizarre. These guys are that goofy, and stuff is going to happen around them eventually, and they're going to say crazy stuff.
But these are the people that are attracted to them, so like it's to be expected.
Like if you think it's fake, or it's like somebody said WWE, like well, it's one of the big reasons I don't want to sign the thing, because I can't defend myself against those allegations anymore. And God forbid if they're fucking true, then I'd have to go along with it. Fuck that. Keem's never asked me to do anything fake. As far as I know, everything's been on the up and up. You know, and it's just, think about it. You think that everything we do is totally fake, and like you think I posted that thing because that was like the next story arc? No, that happened naturally, and you just cheated yourself out of the next story arc, so to speak, because that was completely organic. I could tell you what happened. I said I wasn't signing it politely. Then I didn't say it. Then I was told again, and I wasn't as polite. And then the third time, I was like, "Okay, motherfucker, this is only the only way you know, because this is the only way you understand no." And he didn't understand it. And like none of this stuff that's happened between me and him in the past is like it's almost like it's not like a mirror image of what happened last time. You know, but it's still fake. Okay, I mean, look, if it's fun for you to figure out what's fake and what isn't, go to it. I don't care why you watch, but you know, I've built a pretty good community over here that I can fall back on, which kind of allows me to say no to the NDA, because I don't do shit like that. If I do a bit, you clearly know it's a bit. But I have this like relationship with my audience and the people that sub, and they expect me not to do that to them, unless. A surprise, it was a joke at the end. You know, it's supposed to be like reality TV or reality radio, whatever you want to call it. And that's what I signed up for. I signed up because I get to bust those two fat bastards' balls, and I think I'm perfect for it because I don't hate them. You know, if you get somebody to hate them, like you put Ralph in there and you just call him pedophile for an hour. That's gonna get old pretty quick. You know, whatever. The Zoe Burger stuff was fake trauma. I was laying back then. Not that I know. Oh, I would say. Oh,
they agreed. Yeah, no.
The Zoe Burger. A good chunk of my subscribers come from appearing on Boogie's videos. Now he's considered a piece of shit. Where do I go from here, Tommy? Advice? I don't know. Hang out with Wings. Find a new guy. I don't know.
Yeah, from what I remember, the Zoe and Keem stuff was a mutual agreement thing. So that so that was a bit.
You know what I think that was, though? I think it wasn't a bit, and they agreed on it later.
And then they did it after the fact, yeah.
You know, because Keem crossed the line, what he said, and then she was, at the time, Zoe was all about it, and he probably went in there and he apologized. Like, let's make money out of this. Come on, Baited. And she was like, Baited was like the hottest shit ever. She's like, let's do it. That's what I think happened. I think it's a reasonable thing. Like, he can cover up going over the edge, and then she doesn't look like she's fucking marketing to 2-year-olds, to 12-year-olds, even though she kind of was. You know.
Yeah. There was one thing I was curious though, since you were gone and you were talking about Mr. Beast sweeping shit under the rug and being complacent or whatever. You saw the part where he was at Chris's place and he had lolly porn made by Shadman in his house on his wall, right?
Was it lolly on his wall? I know he had Shadman stuff on his wall. Yes. That's all I knew.
And that's on Mars.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Ari. If you $5 more, then you can watch the after shows. Yeah, what about
lolly
what
art?
I didn't know he had lolly art hanging up, and then
Mr. Beast was there. Yeah,
was sitting in the room.
And then when Chris moved out, he left it there with him, and it was still with Jimmy, which is funny.
Was it a girl being was it a girl being like penetrated or something? The picture?
I'd have to find the picture.
No,
not that I am super pumped about doing that.
No, just like, was there any kind of sexual? Because to me, it's not lolly unless there's fucking. It's got to be extreme sexually or penetration or sex act.
Well, I mean, lolly is just young girl shit. It's not sexual, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know. Stuff. I don't want to get in the weeds in that either because I fucking no. My issue is sex acts being depicted with kids. You know.
Yeah, they're not mutually exclusive. It's just
I honestly don't give a fuck if it's like didn't they? I've seen pictures of Homer doing Marge. I don't give a fuck about that. You know, I don't give a shit. I don't give a rat's ass about that. You know, Homer Simpson doing Marge Simpson. But yeah, once it's kids, it's fucking ugh.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then apparently the Muda's podcast is ending, which is interesting. Didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably a move Muda had to make. I mean, if what was Nintako's what was his relationship with Shadman?
I don't think that's the reason why it's ending. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why it's ending. That's what I was told. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm getting too hot. I'm maybe up too late. Why is it ending?
No, I don't think you're incorrect because it was
on this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, but Muda did say on Chud's stream that it's like ending in a way.
I thought it was because he had a relationship with Shadman. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Nux. Yeah. Let me just scroll up a bit.
Like how were they like? That's right. I thought Nux was trying to work with him or something like that. Is that true? Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm wrong. I'll take it back right now.
Nux tried to because Lyrics asked a question, like a good faith question to Nux, like asking kind of what was context behind this. Nux said, "Oh, it was gonna be like I'd actually grill him in this video. It wasn't gonna be like a promotion thing." And Lyrics was like, "Can you give some examples? Like if this is your thing." And then Nux led him to 2 videos that he did, which were not him grilling them. I can't remember exactly what the topics were on it, but he actually like promoted them in that.
Instead of guessing, do you want to watch the 2 minutes where they talk about it on the podcast?
Sure.
I just gave you the timestamp.
So first thing I want to address is obviously Nux. Nux, you've had a internet relationship with a internet bad guy known as Shadman that I guess we've all jumped into the vortex of. I just want to stress this podcast was never really ending because of that. It's a bit of a restructure. I did end up going out filming.
Do I believe him? Like, how could they do it now?
Stop the point, bitch.
I mean,
with Caleb actually in Stephenville, Texas, and there was a lot of I guess content plans that kind of came out of it. I really do like the IRL stream or IRL podcast kind of format, so it's a bit more restructuring there. It has nothing to do with, obviously, our relation to Nux. Nux is a PNG character that has always been a PNG popular character on the internet. Controversial, but not controversial enough for us to cut our friendships with him, at least in
to cut the podcast. You know. Am I a bad friend? Am I a bad friend if I don't buy this?
I don't know. It makes sense to me because Oompa Bill doesn't even come on the show anymore. Like, he barely shows up.
Oh, Nux barely showed up as it was?
No, Oompaville barely shows up.
Oh, okay.
I guess these days.
Oh, so this probably so this probably speeded the whole thing along. Oh, and then put the Shadman thing. So he did one more thing. I don't know. I bet, like, you know what? We were gonna end it. Let's how about next week? Was that? Yeah, I don't know. I actually the way things were at least last week. I don't like. If he said, yeah, I can't work with him anymore, I'll be like, I understand. You know. That stupid fucking outfit.
In my opinion.
That's very kind of you. Good job of really tying up those loose ends, Muda.
Damn.
What the f*** do you want me to say, bro?
I do have to say, I do have to say, it all is damn suspicious. I don't blame anyone.
Oh, yeah,
the timing was insane.
Yeah, look, whatever reason he had, whatever. I'm a little suspicious, but it doesn't really fucking matter. He can work. I wouldn't think any less of him if you worked with him, and if he didn't. But I can't imagine working with Nux is good for your brand now, at least at this time. And what did Nux do? He asked for fucking. He commissioned art, or I just want to be clear because I am getting a little hot.
He wanted to.
I'm getting a little
collab in a way. So
he wanted to collab with
Shadman,
him.
Yeah,
he wanted to collab, and Muda doesn't want to collab with him anymore. All right, look. I'll take what he says in face value. whatever.
That's the thing that like is so crazy about like this making this thread and making all that whole list and everything is like, what era are these things happening? Is it the era, like you said, the Newground stuff? Is it the one where he had his NSFW stuff on his site but didn't put that shit on Twitter, and so they're like separated? Like what? You know, it's just so much fucking stupid shit. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. I don't know, man. All I know is my team got eliminated last night from fucking Leagues Cup. So that's where we're gonna end it. So let me do the honors. If I've been out of it the last 5 minutes, I'm not feeling that well. But I am going to do an after show anyway because I can actually fuck up there and I can't fuck up here. Because that one's not as recorded as far as I know. So if you have a membership or a Twitch sub or Patreon, you can sync up your shit right now. And I'm going to read this shit. Oh, my stuff's not ready to go. Do I have to? My Streamlabs isn't fucking. Oh no, I can log on through Twitch. Okay.
You can also boost the Discord server as well to.
Yeah, you can use the Discord. I'm getting loads on Neon Damas. Thanks so much. You can do that as well. Now you're in Neon Damas. However you want to do it, I give people a bunch of options. They can support however they see fit, but they all pretty much lead to the same place with me. Twitch, but I am a little out of it right now. I think the heat's getting to me. I'm just gonna get up. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'm gonna have some water, and I'm gonna get right back at it in the after show. How come I cannot find what is this? I don't even recognize. Dashboard. There we go.
Recent events.
Yeah, there we go. Ugh. Jesus Louises. So 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. X for Respawn subscribed. Not your typical mom. Pledged $10 on Patreon. Thanks so much. John Hatman pledged $5 on Patreon 3 hours ago. 2 hours ago, Randall Hughes tipped $5. We support our community commentary veterans here. Thank you for your service. In what? In the Army or the commentary? Oh, shit. Super straight funded. How did that happen? Because Nux keeps doxing people intentionally out. Does he? How come that's so low? That's weird.
What the fuck happened to that?
I don't know.
What? Wait. Oh, no, you dragged it in the fucking...
Did I really?
Streamlabs when you were in there, I think.
Oh, I did.
I don't know what you did. You fucked up the alert box somehow. It's
I
all
did.
fucked up.
Oh, alert box.
No, not in this. It's in Streamlabs. You moved it. You have to fix it in that later.
Oh, God. No, it's fine now. Oh, what the
Somebody donate again to test it.
What happened? What did I do?
It's all fucked up. I think you dragged it in the alert box page when you were in there. You clicked something and moved it around.
Amadeus Morat subscribed. KC subscribed. Boogie picked tip $10. This looks like it's working okay now. Yeah, my tattoo is fake like my cancer. Wings Jr. Still waiting for my head for my mortal body. Boogie should get more face tattoos. $5 Patreon Neon Anonymous and John Diaper also subscribed. And I appreciate Diaper. I'm not doing well. What can I tell you? But I'm not done. I'm a soldier.
Yeah, you have to carry
really
on.
Drive on. I'm gonna do the after show because I haven't done it in a long time. There it is. Chill Force. Test Dono for helping out. How did that happen? How do I fix it? Fuck. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. God damn it. Maybe I'll just leave it there. It kind of looks cool.
It was so fucking shit.
It just goes down to the bottom. It's harder to read too. All right, let's get to the supers from this show. A lot of supers. Keep in mind, donate any way you see fit, but I actually get the money on Streamlabs. Just letting you know.
People in the chat think that Speedy Bird's Tipster's wife.
Yes, she is. You know that. Dawnbreaker Drake, 50 check. Every time these freakish shit goes down. Welcome back, King. Thanks so much. Neon Trion. Yes, Tommy's back. Looks good. Thanks so much. IX. I don't know how to say it. Here's a bit back for the holiday pot. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. For the kill. Quitting your podcast over small backlash is wild. I agree. Anonymous. What are your thoughts about some ordinary podcast split already covered it. I thought it was directly over the thing. I didn't know that he said that otherwise. I'm not sure I believe it, but I'm sure they'll still be friends. For the kill, he's Philip DeFranco takes wise time. I think he had every right to fucking distance himself from that guy if he wanted to. And you could cut a business relationship off and fucking still be friends. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem if they stay together. I'm just saying that's what I thought he did. It made sense. Am I crazy? Your Honor, Tyson only Your Honor, Tyson only diet groomed kids. Dr. Disrespect regular groomed kids. Yeah, talking about the culture war stuff. $20. Thanks so much, Teddy. Agmar, hey, how you been? Freshly learning disabled. LOL. It's probably talking about me. 16-bit Pete. Go down to the market, buy some Coke Zero Lemon. I could use some Coke Zero. I heard it's great over there. Coke Zero Lemon. No, it's not. I don't have any. I've never seen. I would get it because I drink Coke Zero sometimes. KC, 10 pounds. What would it take for you to get a face tattoo? I wouldn't get one. Much chance of signing that fucking NDA. Rusky Dusky, 10 pounds. Super Straight. You are a retard if you're now realizing that a critical's opinions are not his own. Why are people now noticing that he repeats a popular opinion? I started noticing recently. I started wondering, but I didn't have any proof and I didn't care enough to look into it. So you're a retard. How about that? Thanks for the money. Boogie, Wings will get over it. 16-bit Pete, a good country. I already read that one. Thanks, 16-bit Pete. Super Straight. The whole VTuber industry hates Nux because he keeps doxing people intentionally over there. So that might be a reason. I don't know anything about that, but thank you. Chill Force, Test Dono for helping out. That's the last one. And we're done. Oh, God. And I am really hot, and I need water because I'm getting...
You need to do the pats, too.
Oh, boy. Oh, fuck. I have to do the pats. Hold on. It's coming. I swear to God, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm really having a tough time.
You can do it. Almost there.
I just need to get up. It's 2.5. Oh, it's almost 3 hour stream. For fuck's sake.
Yep.
My great googly moogly. Well, I had a lot to say, you know.
Yeah, we covered a lot today.
Yeah,
so
good. We covered a lot. And I missed it a little bit. I missed it. Doing pats. Let's get the pledge right. All right, here we go. Oatbag, Mexin, Abby Blackburn, Ashley B, Million Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Everborn, Latchkey Gothboy, Little Man, Nesquake, Not Your Typical Mom, NYT Mom, Panic Pun, Reynolds Hughes, Tommy Sees Cat, Trippy Savage, Irish, Genie, Picklington, and yeah, there you go. And I appreciate all your patronage, and I'm done with it. I'll see you guys. I'll fucking make the thing right now. Maybe we're going to watch some crime shit because I'm in the mood for that. We'll watch some crime. We'll laugh at murder victims. What do you think of that for fucked up? It'll say after show in the Discord. Oh, I love making fun of murder victims. Nothing makes me happier. Go in with me right after when I close the stream to make sure it fucking works.
Yep, I'll do.
Anything else? Because I want to get out of here.
Yeah, you have it set like a little bit over an hour.
No, it's going on right now. So yeah, don't worry about it. It's going on right now.
You can just start it early.
We're starting it early. I just fucking did it real quick. Okay. So don't ignore that. We're starting soon. See ya.